You know how I get down on a Friday? The only way I know how. The old school way. Hanging out with my buddy, jamming old school freestyle.
Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where and when you're watching this broadcast. I'm Thomas Fessa, my friends, and this is Disclosure Tonight. Happy Friday, July 17th. No, that's not Mike. That's just some other Goomba from Brooklyn. It's, Friday night disclosure, my friends. It's Fuck You Friday. It's time to have a great time talking about disclosure. And boy, AVI Loeb stuck a foot in his mouth. He tried to take it out, but I think he's still gagging, my friends, because I don't believe it. So on that note, let's go ahead and welcome in our audience and see who the fuck we've got out there. Happy Friday again, everybody. All right, let's take a look and see in the chat. We have Phil, April. We got Aussie and Banana Booey. Brains is out there along with Cabriolet. Carl Joe Garrison's in the chat along with Casey James. Good to see you, Channel 310. We got Chris Park and Ride. Oh, really? How many cars park there every day, Chris? We got Craig Smith and Drunken Rider FPV. Ed Zachary's out there along with Eliza Teal. Elvis Row 10 is out there along with Evan B is in the chat with Firefly, Frank Catholic, Galactic Family Podcast, Geraldine Durazio, Grateful, Benny, Greasy Weasel. You need to go talk to that other guy. Who else do we have out there? We got Harmonic Convergence, the Immigrants, Hypersonic Boom, good to see you. Jack's out there along with Jan, good to see you, my dear lady. Janker Malieve, J-Cat Meow, Jesus Freak, 777, coming in for a landing. No landing gear available. Justin Caesar's out there along with Caitlin, Kelly Bro, and those piercing blue eyes. Good to see you, Kelly. We got QA DJ, Lord Malphus, Melanie Bruce, the Mississippian Mr. Grimlock. You got Necessary Dialogues out there along with Niles Guy. He's a resident Pitbull. Look at his picture. It's fucking Pitbull. Oh, we got Perfectly Imperf. And oh, God damn it, I ran out of time. All right, Perfectly Imperf. Let's finish this off. Holy cow. Puck Elf is out there. We got Psychosomatic Insane. Good to see you. Rainstorm Hunter. Sam's out there along with Scooby Dooby Gooby, but he's in the back behaving for the time being. We got Scott and Shelly Montgomery. Good to see you as always, Shelly. Snicklefritzed. Okay, you've been snicklefritzed. Let's see, Steve Mateo and Teresa Loves Our President. We got Terrence Bruce, the Fantasy Football Master. Yeah, a lot of money to be made in fantasy football. Holy cow, who would have known? True Blood's out there along with the Wasteland Wonder. We got Weedlander. Are you going to be a Bogart too? We need to hang out with Metal Gaming 420. Maybe you guys could get along well. Yankee 5858. We got Yell Tommy Tanker all the way from the United Kingdom, just off of work. And I think that's about everybody. How about that? Well, happy fucking Friday, everybody. Who thought the week could go by just like that? And yeah, there's still stuff to talk about. Yeah, I know we're back to talking about our dear friend and sponsor of the show, AVI Loeb. That's right. If you need to get something done and it doesn't fit, shove it down with AVI Loeb. All right, we're past that. And no, it's not a sponsor. We're just having some fun with it. But yeah, man, oh man, what the hell is this guy doing, folks? I don't get it. But yeah, we do, because we have a definition of exactly what AVI Loeb is. We'll be bringing up today. Yeah, he's more than a schmuck, I'll tell you. He's a scientismist. We'll get to it. On that note, before I wait too long, Mike, how the hell are you?
I'm doing well. We have a lot to talk about, it seems, on Friday tonight.
Whoa, Mike, you've gotten big there. We can actually see your face now.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, it's.
And I had no idea how big your gun was.
Yeah, it's a Glock 17.
Oh, we got to be careful on that. YouTube doesn't like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
We shouldn't have mentioned it. We'll see if we get spanked on that. We could.
Okay.
You never know.
Just start over.
No, we can't start over. It's been there for months. Just people haven't seen it so big. And thank you, Daryl, for pointing it out to everybody. That's wonderful.
You
you
try to have a good time.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's just, hey, Daryl, God, I don't have this here. Actually, I can. Daryl's time to chat for national security on the big screen.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, and Ferrari, you want some too?
There you
go. Old-fashioned, brother.
Yeah, there we go. AVI Loebeless, yes. God, is AVI Loeb? It almost sounds like something they do in a surgery to get rid of part of your brain, Daryl. Is there a medical procedure there from that called AVI Loeb?
What is it when they do the or it's like a
lobotomy? Lobotomy.
Oh, there you go.
We don't want the lobotomy. We want the lobotomy.
Right.
That way you'll all believe what all the shit that he's saying.
It only costs $1 billion.
Yeah.
Oh my!
That's right. He wants $1 billion from Congress. You're right.
Oh, I got to do this really quick. I didn't do this before the show, but I am going to do this right now. Let's do it for everybody. And before we get into the topic of where we're at, since we're having such a great time here, let's get to Thomas and Guest. There you go. I want to get for the Galileo Project. Galileo Project. People. It doesn't list the people who are part of it. You think it would, right?
It should, but we already know Michael Shermer is part of it.
I know, yeah, I was going to drop that on the audience. Yeah, it was people. Advisory boards, maybe? Is he on here? He's not on here. He's not part of the advisory board. He's someone who's there because Michael Shermer dropped the news today that he has actually been on has been a part of the Galileo Project since the day it launched. Now,
what if you searched the Galileo Project by the site? You know what I mean? The old put it in front of the word site, : and then the actual site.
You got me.
Then it'll get the entire thing. If he's on there anywhere, it'll find it.
Site, and I can't Galileo on.
Yeah, you got to put the thing in front
Galileo
of the site.
Project. Oh, God damn it. Site Galileo Project, Harvard.edu.
What I'm saying is you have to put his name in.
I'm there, and I'm going to go. Let's look for the word Shermer.
Right there, Michael Shermer.
What do you see it?
Right at the top, affiliates, the Galileo Project.
So, affiliate professionals who offer useful expertise and input to the research team includes affiliated scientists and communicators. There he is, Michael Shermer. I didn't know he was piled high and deep with a PhD, but apparently he is.
PhD in bullshit.
Yeah. From where? So he's been a part of it since day one. We've got all the names up here, but this, well, they don't make it easy to find that because I was at People before, and there's no link to affiliates. So if I'm on the People tab, right, and I want to get to affiliates, it's not there. But if we're smart enough, we actually do the search, it's hidden. Wow. We always wondered why the Galileo Project spent those millions of dollars. Actually, AVI Loeb's Galileo Project spent millions of dollars designing, and from all these people who donated their time to go ahead and invest these millions of dollars in technology to build these UAP sensors that they deployed, that AVI Loeb came back and said they didn't find anything. You got to wonder, was it that they didn't find anything, but they found stuff? But who were the people that actually went and potentially debunked the stuff and said they didn't find anything?
Yeah, me.
I've got no idea. Just have to turn the air conditioner on here. It's getting hot all of a sudden. The more I talk, the more the heat builds up.
AVI Loeb is a Mossad agent.
Is he doing it again?
Is that the person that we've been talking about?
He did it before, and he flooded the chat with that.
No, he's not flooding.
All right, he's not good. He learned. I timed him out for 5 minutes. Yeah, we had a troll at the start, or someone on the show just wanted to start saying AVI Loeb was Mossad. Now, here's the thing, Daryl. We do have to be concerned about the UAP Science Council that's been put, the Advisory Science Council that's been put out there. I'm just sorry. There's just too many people from foreign countries on there. This is a problem here in the United States, and I guess while it's a universal Earth problem, This isn't for the United Nations. This isn't for some global cause. We're talking about a situation that's going on here in the United States. And I just don't trust Avi, first of all. More importantly, I don't trust him that he's been bringing on all these individuals who are not from the United States, when there are plenty of scientists who are highly credentialed, like Kevin Knuth and others, who could handle this, but they're not a part of it. It just seems like it's set up. And you know what? And I have to bring it up, too. When you bring in people from other countries, you bring in people with other agendas and other governments that might be involved, they could potentially push this in one way or the other. Does that make sense?
Yes, I heard it said by somebody at one point in time about people from other countries that move to another country. They always think their home country is the best country.
Oh, we have that here, all the United States all the time. They're out there like waving the Mexican flags and stuff. So if you think it's that way, go back to fucking Mexico. Sorry.
Or Somalia.
Oh, there, anywhere, yeah. I couldn't agree more. All right, so we got that out of the way. Let me get back into the studio here, video. All right, where we're at. All right, so the first video we're going to get into, we've got the one, the only, the Michael Shermer, who's on Brian Keating's podcast. We've played videos of him in the past before from Brian Keating, and this is where we're about 54 seconds into the podcast, where he's really going to start dumping out the truth of where it is. Now, TLDR, I guess that would stand. I have no idea. Daryl, what does TLDR stand for again?
Too long to read, I think. Is that what?
TLDR?
I don't think it's the same. I think too long to read is popular.
End of the story is there's been a lot of walkbacks since Shermer made this podcast. Shermer walked it back and said, well, Avi said this. Then Avi walked back and said, no, I said this. Then Shermer walked it back again and said, no, I said that. So there's a lot of things going on. And the biggest thing we're going to get out of this is, we'll talk about this in a second, Scientific Council, fuck the Chatham House rules, whatever they're talking about, whatever's going on, it needs to be recorded, needs to be documented, needs to be released as a transcript and audio and video for us to know potentially what's happening out there.
And by the way, if you didn't notice, buy all the books behind him, because they're all his. And I'm really, really curious about Carl Sagan over here on the picture on the right. Oh, what the hell is Carl Sagan doing? Does he have an orb in his hand?
It looks like he's lighting a pipe or something. He's got a lighter and he's holding it, getting ready to pull up. Did he smoke too?
I don't know. Is it a hookah? No, what is that thing? It's a thing.
All right, give me a second. Let's blow it up. It is a blurry state it is.
Oh, we can't tell.
He's holding something and it's lighting it up. I don't know. But that is Carl Sagan. How do we know it's Carl Sagan? Because we have some clips of Carl Sagan, I think, don't we? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Scientists have determined that the universe was created by God. Big Bang.
Yeah, well, yes, that does look like Carl Sagan, I guess.
No, it's definitely Carl Sagan.
According to our Family Guy reference, there we go. All right, let's get into this, folks. Here, actually, is the chat up? No, the chat's not up.
Sagan was a pothead indeed, says somebody in the...
Andy has his hand up.
Andy, oh, sorry, I missed you, my friend. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, no worries. I just took a look. You said Shermer has a PhD. I thought I'd take a look. He's actually got a PhD in the history of science. Also, a BA in psychology and a MA in experimental psychology. So... so he is a psychologist, technically.
Well, but he's not licensed, so
no.
All right, we'll get to that. Let's get to this before we start exposing what Shermer, more importantly, Avi Loeb truly is. Here we get to it, folks.
That's good. That's good background, though. I like that.
Wait. God damn it! Hold on.
Yeah.
Turn on the volume, don't I? Here we go.
Been on it since the beginning, and I just do it because I'm interested in the topic. I think Avi strikes the right balance between open-mindedness and gullibility. Don't be gullible, but be open-minded, but also be skeptical. And their emphasis on data and evidence, not stories. All right? I mean, we just had our first meeting today. Avi started.
No stories, folks. We're not going to get any kind of stories coming forward, and we're not going to listen to what any of these pilots might say about what they saw.
And this is about to be talk about the first meeting of the council?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Data and evidence.
Well, thank you for pre-classing that. Yes, he's talking about the first meeting of the Scientific Council.
Be gullible, but be open-minded.
Okay,
but
let's go back a little bit.
No, this is all voluntary. There's no money at all.
Metallurgical isotope ratios that are anomalous. What happened, Michael? Did they get a big bag of Harvard money? And
no, there's no money. No, this is all voluntary. There's no money at all. Same thing with the Galileo project. I've been on it since the beginning, and I just do it because I'm interested in the topic. I think Avi strikes the right balance between open-minded.
That right there, Daryl, I have to say, discredits the whole fucking Scientific Council bullshit.
Yeah, he's affiliated.
Yeah, but he's affiliated, but he said he's been on it since day one.
Yeah, but his only credit is affiliated, and you can't even find him on the website.
No, you can't. You have to search for it on Google to find it.
I know. I was telling you how to do it.
I have to say, though, they probably took that link off the website because they don't want people to know who are all the people that are actually associated with it, including Michael Shermer, the publisher of Skeptic Magazine. How many other schmucks are on there? This just takes the whole...
Space Ambassador.
But it's a different Villarreal. It's Milton. Is that Beatrice's cousin?
Oh my God, we're uncovering so much shit right in the very first 30 seconds of this video clip.
I know. Okay, let's just get back to it. Here we go. ADD. No, we're not yet, Dr. Phil. Not yet, Phil. Got to wait for that. Later on.
And gullibility. Don't be gullible, but be open-minded, but also be skeptical. And their emphasis on data and evidence, not stories. All right. I mean, we just had our first meeting today. Avi started right off. No more stories.
Okay. No more stories
about people who know people that touch the aliens or whatever. We've all heard these. Okay.
Okay. No more stories. You're not allowed to talk about stories. Period. Someone who said they saw something and something went on, meaning anything that Grush brought up is out of it. God, they know they got Matthew Sudeikis, but they need to bring fucking Kevin Knuth on this and replace him as the lead of the Scientific Council, because he's actually a fucking physicist, not a theoretical one, and he's actually been involved in figuring out this UFO thing for the longest time.
And I'm sure Mike will agree that stories help play the part of what happened in the crime. So so he's basically just telling you he doesn't want any testimony of anything. That's just, yeah, okay, let's do this,
Yeah, we can't listen to stories because there's no scientific evidence to go with it.
Right. It's too old.
Like the Tic Tac.
And no new physics, right? So you'll appreciate this because you're a physicist, right? I mean, it's like people are always talking. This is Avi. People are always telling me about the aliens are going to give us new physics. No, there's no new physics. Okay, so forget that. I mean,
okay, no new physics. He made it very, very clear.
The aliens are going to give us new physics. No, there's no new physics. Okay, so forget that. I mean, maybe they do, but that's just too far off the radar here. But I'm not the enemy. I mean,
Why is it too far off the radar?
He's just ignorant. Essentially, it's the council of ignorance.
I think there's a term for that. He's an ignoramus.
Yeah. I mean, this is not sounding like a good start to this Scientific Council.
I brought it up today because we're going to see all these things. I said this, he said this, I said this, no, he said that. They need to go ahead and take the whole Scientific Council, all their meetings and everything that goes out there needs to be out there for the public. If they're dealing with information that's not classified, right? There's no reason these conversations can't be in a regular format like they have in the Senate, they have in the House in different areas where it's either televised or it's on YouTube, or at least we get an audio recording of it, because now we've got people saying it. He said this and saying, no, I didn't say that. But no, you said this. And you get this he said, she said kind of thing. And I don't trust this guy and I don't trust Avi. So it's like we need to find someone else who was there to go ahead and try and clarify it, but then they're potentially shitting on the guy who's in charge of the council. It's a mess.
Is Gallaudet on the council? He is, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He may be the only... I don't know, man.
You've never dealt with him personally, so that's questionable. I would say Gary Nolan is probably more the one who's more centered, but he's the guy who likes the Chatham House rules where we can go ahead and talk about anything, but we're not going to release the notes. That way there's nothing tying the individuals to the statements they're saying, which is the biggest fucking piece of bullshit. Hate to say it. Love you, Gary. Love the cruises you're on. I like to go on one potentially, but no, this needs to be open for the public.
I was talking about Gallaudet, not Nolan.
I know. I shifted the subject.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go.
I have had some conversations on LinkedIn back and forth with him. He seems like a fucking great guy.
Oh, he is. Mike, you had some conversations with him one-on-one, giving him some confidential information, but did he keep that information confidential, or did he throw you under the fucking bus?
Well, if you're in the Navy and an officer, he was a flag officer, there's supposed to be honor amongst the flag officers in the military. And they're supposed to, an officer and a gentleman.
Yeah.
They're supposed to keep their word. Well, I can tell you firsthand, he didn't keep his. And caused a lot of problems as a result of that.
He was a tattletale, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was a little bitch that lied and went and opened his mouth when he shouldn't have. So,
at a time he promised he was going to say, yeah, this is a conversation between us, but
confidential, right?
It almost sounds like what Patrick Nveta does. He says if anyone talks to him and it's confidential, don't be surprised if I talk about it the next day.
Right.
Yeah, well, someone like Admiral Gallaudet is not supposed to fall into the same category as a troll. That was
like I was saying, that guy's a piece of shit. So carry on.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So, it's just unfortunate. But look, we could talk privately about the good admiral.
I know. I'm just.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
Yeah, just trying to throw that out there, my friend.
Right. So I would rather Kevin Knuth would be running that council than any of the other schmucks that are in there right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for Matthew Vegas.
The only reason why I say that about Gallaudet is that he believes that there is a life beyond what we can perceive. He believes there's life in the ocean. I'm just saying
that the oceans, yes.
Yeah. So I was saying that I think that if everybody like this motherfucker right here, excuse my language, and Avi Loeb are just going to be the poo-pooers and naysayers, maybe it'll be somebody to stand and go, hey, can't you possibly consider that there's something different going on over here?
Yeah, but wasn't there a show that Gallaudet put his child on a long time ago?
Yeah,
Ghost
they had ghosts in their house, and their kid was seeing it, and having to enter. Yeah, that was on History Channel or Science Channel or something.
He talked about that in some interview he did with somebody. I think it was that Jay Anderson dude. Not Jay Anderson.
Yeah,
Anderson.
God. Yeah,
isn't that the guy that plays the guitar and is like...
Who drinks his own piss. Yes, the one that we had a battle with. That's right. Jay Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came across like a whack job to him and his family.
Okay.
The good admiral.
So we can get back to Shermer. Like we did yesterday, This is new for us. I'm going to throw up a survey during this piece here. And this piece is just getting to the credibility of Shermer. Would you buy a new or used car from Michael Shermer?
Oh, fuck no.
All right, let's get to it. Here we go.
I have a bet with Avi, $1,000, right? By December 31st, 2030. We won't find aliens. He says we will. Okay, I hope he wins. I would like it to be true. The aliens are probably out there somewhere in the cosmos. Run the numbers in the Drake equation. It's like, yeah, okay, they're probably out there. But have they come here? Okay, so I think that's a far less probable proposition. We don't know for sure. Let's see the evidence. Okay, so when Avi puts together this team, it's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. He described me as the Advocatus Diaboli, that is the Catholic Church's version of the devil's advocate, which they employed to debunk all the miracle claims in the Middle Ages. Everybody had a piece of the true cross. These were holy relics. Everybody had the blood of this saint and this other person and so on. Okay, they know most of this is just bullshit. And they debunked it themselves. The Catholic Church was a primary skeptical debunker of miracle claims. Now, they still hold out, but there was this one, so we're going to give Mother Teresa, her sainthood, that kind of thing. But for the most part, they're as skeptical as I am. So that's my job on the team.
The Catholic Church is as skeptical as he is, Daryl?
Well,
For
he's
the
talking
people they
about
make saints and the claims that they make, and they vote him in to make him saints, like that one kid who had passed away, and he had done some good deeds in his life, and they had him in his glass sarcophagi, and like a couple of years, 3 years later after he had died, he hadn't gone and deteriorated all, and they said he's a saint, and they canonized him as a saint.
Yeah, well, the devil's advocate was supposed to be the one that argued against things for good reasons, if there was good reason. And so a lot of saints never made it to be, a lot of people that have been put out to be saints have never made it because of the devil's advocate. However, he just used the new term for the devil's advocate, which is as of Pope John Paul, whatever he was, the last Pope John Paul. He's the one who changed it. And now more people, because they basically lax the whole process, not the process, but the evidence needed to become a saint. There's a lot more saints.
Oh, Vatican II, in other words.
I guess.
All right, coming out from the audience, we did it 2 minutes ago so far. Just listening to Michael Shermer for a bit. Out of 64 votes in, would you buy even a new or used car from Michael Shermer? And overwhelmingly, the audience said no. So he sells Skeptic Magazine. Would not be good as a used car salesman or a new one.
Aim is really just to be a good skeptic. And of course, any good scientist is a good skeptic. We start with the null hypothesis. That is, your claim about something is not true until you prove otherwise. The burden of proof is not on scientists and skeptic to debunk every particular claim. The burden of proof is on the person making the claim. I have a theory of everything. I think Einstein was wrong and Newton was wrong and Hawking was wrong. And here's my theory of everything for physics. Well, you're not going to...
Wait a minute, Mike. Didn't when Einstein came out with the theory of relativity back like in the 30s or so, everyone threw it under the bus and said the science doesn't work, it's new science, this doesn't happen, it's bullshit?
1912 is when he came out with that, and they all thought he was nuts. And it took 60 to 70 years to prove his theory right. And at the time, they completely thought he was wrong and full of shit. And then eventually, decades later, when the technology improved, and we were able to establish the theory that he put out there, that's when they recognized Einstein as being a genius.
It's like the Einstein cross, which was something being if you want to call, I think it was called an Einstein cross, when you have a galaxy that creates a huge amount of gravity, it actually creates a magnification that you can use to look through to see through stuff behind it. We didn't get to that point to actually understand it until we got the Hubble Space Telescope up. But that was decades after he had passed away.
Right. He died in the 1950s. And they were not able to establish his theory as being correct until, like you said, long after he died. So, amazing. That sometimes in science, it takes a while for them to accept something as being true or not. But according to AVI Loeb, everything that goes faster than the speed of sound is going to burst into flames and burn up.
Yeah.
So that's what he knows.
No, granted, I should have probably turned this into a PowerPoint presentation, but I'm going to go with Grok at this point since we got an idea where Shermer's going at this point. Let's go ahead and turn off that one. Let's get into it for a second.
But we got a super chat from Steve Mateo.
Oh, Steve Mateo, thank you very much. $10. Thank you very much, friends. We're a fan-funded program. We appreciate every dollar that comes in. I delete 5 out of 6 commercials that YouTube puts in after the show is done. That means, one every 15 minutes. We don't want to screw people over. It's good content, but why get stuck with too many ads? We're a fan, every dollar that we get from Disclosure tonight goes back into our program, and I appreciate it. Seriously, folks, it's like throwing $10 up on the stage and no, I'm not going to take my shirt off. Oh, Mike, and what's our policy on subscriptions at Disclosure tonight?
Well, as always, the cost is free.
Yeah.
But with that, we'll include and give you a double your money back guarantee.
There you go. So please subscribe, folks. We just crossed 18,400 subscribers, which means we could get to now focus on 18,500 subscribers. We work hard to get there, and we'll look at that. We got another super chat coming in from fucking Daryl. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Fucking Daryl.
Yeah. Hold on. Where'd it go? It's cheers. Cheers, my friend. Thank you.
Cheers.
There we go. Bam.
So can you delete 6 out of 6 ads?
6 out of 6 what bads?
Ads. Didn't you say you delete 5 out of 6 ads?
I could, I guess, but I think one every 15 minutes isn't too bad, is it?
I'm just joking. I figured you had to do that.
Yeah, I know. Either way, we have some fun with it. Let's get back into it. All right, let's watch a little bit more of this, and then we'll get to some interesting information talking about where AVI Loeb is coming from. Here we go.
To go, okay, then I guess I have to disprove it, and you're right. No, you're going to say, I don't believe it, but go ahead, make your case. And we're having a conference next week, and all the top physicists will be there. Why don't you come and present your case for us, and we'll judge how well you did. In the same way that all the people that made a claim that they had a miracle cure for COVID, the FDA doesn't just hand out approvals of new drugs. You actually have to present the FDA your evidence.
Oh, God, is he going up now against ivermectin and the other stuff that actually works on this now?
I don't know, man. I have no idea where he's going.
Oh, fuck.
How do you know this actually works? And you can't just say, well, my Aunt Mary had it and she took it and she felt better.
I'm sorry, Aunt Mary is a comment from Dr. Phil, and Aunt Mary lives in Idaho, just to be clear.
Sorry, that's not evidence, right? That's not enough to refute the null hypothesis. That is, reject the null hypothesis at some level of statistical significance, as they say. That's all we're at.
I got to wonder if he still thinks everything came from a natural selection. We'll have to find that out.
Yes,
all right.
That's what it sounds like to me. I was just going to make that point. You're absolutely right with where he's going with this. Plus, let's explain that when the vaccine came out, that was experimental. And they couldn't have evidence to back up, support, or prove anything if it worked or not.
Yeah.
So he's talking completely out of his ass right now.
Well, that's what he does so well. You're either talking out one mouth or the other. All right. Getting into some details where I was just at. Let's get into it. So, when I was talking to Mike earlier today, I came up with a good question. I wonder if Grok is actually a better AI that we're seeing these days than what comes out of ChatGPT. I hate to say it, Elon actually rocks ass on this one. All right, so when a scientist refuses that there may be new physics to explain, humanity is observing, almost treating current physics understanding like it's a religion, what word or phrase would describe a person with that thought pattern? And it came back and said, well, a dogmatic scientist, a practitioner of scientism, which we've been bringing up here, or a pseudo-skeptic, sometimes called a pathological skepticism. Now, this is talking about AVI fucking Loeb, folks, the guy who's been saying, oh, yeah, there can be no new physics. We must constrain it within our known abilities of what's there, right?
It's no wonder why he gets along so well with Shermer.
Yeah. This describes someone who treats the current scientific paradigm, especially established physics, as infallible, a closed system, almost like religious dogma, rather than a provisional model open to revision based on new observations. And that's what science is about, right? It should be a provisional model open to revision based on new observations. So if we're observing UFOs and UAP and USOs and everything, and we're seeing different things that are going on, we've got to revise the model because it's broken. They dismiss anomalies or potential new physics outright. It's what we've just been listening to, often without rigorous investigation, prioritizing orthodoxy over inquiry. That's coming from Scientific American. Key related terms and concepts: scientism, the belief that science, or the current scientific consensus, is the only reliable path to truth, often extended dogmatically beyond what evidence strictly supports. Critics describe it as turning science into a faith, like ideology, with priests defending the status quo. This matches the, quote, treating it like a religion aspect closely. Now, do you think that, is that a good way to say it, that Avi is kind of treating science and everything from the statements he's made so far like a religion that you can't get outside of it, and how dare you?
I mean, most people, most people that are priests or whatever will say that the Bible is the infallible word of God. So in Avi's case, he's saying science is the infallible science of God, or it's the infallible science.
Right.
Nothing else can be interpreted any other way than the way that we see it currently.
So why would you want to pick a guy like that to head up the UAP Scientific and Council?
I don't know. To head it, I don't know.
It seems like if you want to go ahead and dismiss a subject, you want to get it swept under the rug, you bring someone like that in.
Yeah.
Not a putz, it's a
schmuck.
Not a schmuck. Anyway, it's a pushover.
A putz.
Yeah, a putz. There we go. Yeah. Go ahead, Daryl.
No, I was going to say we talked about it before, and I think an idea here was, and I don't think the idea is working out too well, but I think the idea was to get the guy from Harvard, the Harvard professor, to bring along the people that you're talking about, Thomas, that are still too involved in the stigma to give it a shot to go out and start doing anything serious with UFO stuff. I think that's what the impetus of that was. I don't think it's worked out too well. It's not in the way we see it. I'm pretty sure everybody in here doesn't.
No, don't forget,
out.
AVI Loeb was brought in by ARO, and probably through deep state elements of the OVNI. Now, granted, there may be a schmuck who agreed with them in the White House to bring it in, Mr. Steve, but it's a mistake, and it's something that it's going to have to be reversed one way or the other, because otherwise we're just going to run into a huge problem. Because remember, I guess Avi is part of the general UAP, what is it called again? Governance board, and that's a problem. Board. Because he's setting the rules. No matter what the people say in the council, he can bring forward whatever shit that he wants to say on his own agenda.
Well, that's the reason why we'd all like to be a fly in the secret meetings of the governance board, the secret members. Nobody knows who it is.
Yeah.
And how do they take Avi? I said this before. How are they going to take Avi? These should be the people that know all the different things about all the different things. I mean, that are on this governance board, all top secret clearances. They should know, what's real and what's not. And I just would like to see. I'd like to think that before I die, there will be a documentary where Avi Loeb is sitting in a room, and all these guys that know the real truth are like, yeah, just keep spreading that shit.
Yeah. It's such a fucking mess. So let's move on to this. All right. So dogmatic spirit in science, an older but fitting description from the 1930s physics descriptions. Dogmatic physicists start from preconceived ideas and formulas, dismiss contradictory observations, and see their framework as exhaustive, freezing inquiry. Pragmatic ones use evidence and evolution of knowledge. So I guess we're going to look at Avi as being someone who is more of a dogmatic physicist, theoretically, than he would be a pragmatic physicist. So the other part he aligns with, in Avi's own words, putting us there, pseudo-skepticism or pathological skepticism, which sounds like Avi and Shermer combined, appears skeptical but is actually dogmatic denial. True scientific skepticism is open, evidence-based, and provisional. Now, Shermer claims he's a skeptic, but he's not a skeptic, is he, based on what the true definition of what skepticism is? He looks at everything and says it's bunk versus looking at something to try and actually figure out what it is, and he just throws it under the bus based on his opinion.
Either way, they're going to throw it under the bus, right? I mean,
yep.
Whether he's a skeptic or fits his definition or not, he's throwing it under the bus.
Yeah. Ryan, your hand is up.
Did you guys know that Michael Shermer placed a $1,000 bet on long bet that disclosure will not happen by 2030?
No, it's not disclosure will happen, that we will not get proof of aliens by 2030. And he bet $1,000 against Avi Loeb.
Who said that we will get that before 2030?
That we will not get it by 2030 is what Shermer was saying.
What did Avi bet?
that we will get it by 2030.
And Avi's claim that we'll get it by 2030 was that 3-Eye Atlas the 3-Eye Atlas thing. So it's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it is.
That's all.
There is 40% possibility that 3-Eye Atlas is an interstellar ship from an advanced civilization. 40% chance. Yancey looks the stuff by the Tic Tac and other stuff, and he throws it under the fucking bus. Joseph, your hands up.
I just wanted to say, I don't know. These guys never talk about quantum physics. Quantum physics is in direct assault on the standard model of physics. It makes no sense. It's counterintuitive. Yeah. Do they dismiss that as possible? When he says no new physics, there's a lot of physics that we don't know about. Quantum physics probably being the most popular.
Yeah. But everything in quantum physics
proven to work.
Yeah, but right now a lot of the stuff that's in quantum physics is all theoretical until they can actually prove it. So it's like string theory or dark matter. It's a great idea, but there's nothing to prove that it's actually there, Daryl.
Yeah, the fact that we don't know what's holding the universe together is, we don't know.
Exactly.
So we need some new science, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pseudo-skepticism or pathological skepticism appears skeptical but is actually dogmatic denial. True science skepticism is open, evidence-based, and provisional. I think we talked about this one. Pseudo-skeptics apply double standards, deny possibilities a priori, or cherry-pick to protect the prevailing view, especially for fringe observations that might imply new physics. Now, Mike, how do you pronounce this again? Kunian?
Yeah, this is, where is it? Oh, Kunian.
Kunian, thank you. I'm from the Midwest. We don't know how to pronounce shit. Daryl should understand that one. Kunian normal science or paradigm defense from Thomas Kuth's The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. Most scientists work within the dormant paradigm, solving puzzles inside it and resisting anomalies until a crisis forces shift. This isn't always irrational. It enables deep progress, but it can become rigid. And I think this is the one where Avi really doesn't get to. Let's move into context and nuance. In the UAP anomaly discussion, where new physics might explain observations, this mindset often manifests as immediate dismissal without engaging data, prioritizing current understanding as authoritative, the opposite, but rigorous, but open to rigorous inquiry is the ideal scientific attitude. But I don't think Avi is looking for open but rigorous inquiry. He is almost limiting what they're going to look at, because I don't want to hear stories from people. If we don't have all the data, we're not going to look at it. Mike, that still seems like a constrained view.
Sounds like bullshit to me, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, we've got that one up here.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
Right.
Yeah, and that's probably why, I'll play the next one that goes along with this one, why the Galileo Project has found what they have. And what did they find, according to probably Shermer?
We ain't found shit.
Yeah. It's a problem, folks. It's something we need to deal with now. If we get back into this one for a second, I'll let you go ahead and look at, I actually got to the guest one, that one. Let's go ahead then. And I want to go to, where is this at? We've got that one with that one. All right. I've got a bunch of bookmarks on it here. I have to go later in the day. Watching. Oh, we got Jaime Maussan. Got to cover that one. Not that one. Need to know. We got to cover that. Where is it at? This one. Okay. There were some posts going around on X today that I actually got some time to go ahead and put our 2 cents for disclosure tonight in there because we deserve it. Let's get across to it right now. Here we go. Oh God, that's too small. Sorry, it's too small. You said. All right. So, Michael Shermer says that AVI Loeb has ruled for the new White House Council on UAPs. No more new physics. Avi argues the Nimitz Tic Tac dropped from thousands of feet, from 80,000 feet down to 50 feet in less than a second couldn't have happened because it contravenes the laws of physics, right? Now, Brandon Fogel came back and said that's the guy who owns Skinwalker Ranch, right, Mike?
Yes, that's the one that had Kirkpatrick at that secret meeting in Washington. That Kirkpatrick lied and said he wasn't there, but Fogel had the photographs to show it.
Exactly. So Brandon Fogel says, as someone deeply involved in rigorous UAP field research, I respect the council, but have concerns. Avi Loeb's no new physics stance on cases like the Nimitz Tic Tac risks dismissing multi-sensor military data in favor of current theoretical limits. Science advances by investigating anomalies, not explaining them away. Michael Shermer's pre-existing $1,000 bet against disclosure raises questions about the impartiality for the official skeptic role, but it's not just him that's the skeptic. We're also dealing with Avi Loeb. True integrity demands openness to novel physics and neutral evaluation of high reliability evidence. Let's get this right. Well, there's a smartass who came in there, Mike, but that's me. In case you missed it, Brandon Fogel, shortly after Avi Loeb announced the UAP Science Council, he announced on camera that he is also on the UAP governance board. This is a problem. Avi is acting as a dogmatic scientist, practitioner of scientism, or a pseudo-skeptic, sometimes called a pathological skepticism. He openly treats the current scientific paradigm, especially as established physics, as infallible, a closed system, almost like religious dogma, rather than a provisional model open to revision based on observations. Both Avi and Shermer dismiss anomalies or potential new physics outright, often without rigorous investigation, prioritizing orthodoxy over inquiry.
Right.
And of course,
said.
we got someone coming from Matt Ford at the Good Trouble Show. I agree with this. And my answer was, thanks for the support, Matt. We need to push for a change. Meaning the foundation they've built this scientific council on, Mike, is fallible.
Mm-hmm.
It's not stable.
No, it's biased.
But I got to bring in it, and I'll say it again. Avi brought in too many scientists from countries outside of the United States that may have pre-existing agendas according to the country where they live or the government that they're underneath that could potentially poo-poo what we're doing. So why are we looking past all of the great scientists like Kevin Knuth and all the ones that are involved in the SCU, right? Why are they passing them all up for multiple scientists coming out of Israel and other countries around the world when we can have, this isn't a United Nations thing going on, is it?
No, it is not.
This isn't a council of the world like Reagan would like to have. No, this is a council that's dealing with the fucking United States of America. So why do they have to outsource this shit to countries outside of the United States when we have this scientific knowledge and ability within our own country, unless they're trying to stack the deck?
Well, I mean, the object of the governance board is to determine what classified material can be declassified. But I happen to know that as far as government classifications
this is
are
to
concerned,
look at it and try and give insight into it, help it to get declassified, but also to look at it and to potentially give an insight to the military on what kind of sensors could be used based on their own observations.
Yeah, but if they're foreign nationals, they're going to be prohibited under law I'm observing certain classified material from this government. I don't know who would put them on that governance board. Nobody should have.
It's not the governance board. It's on the Scientific Advisory Council. Either way, they don't belong.
No, they don't.
They're outsourcing our future of disclosure. And granted, there can be countries at other points that are around that handle this. It's wrong.
You're right. It is.
And I don't care who their friends are, who they know, what country they're from, etc. We have the knowledge in our country. This is something that's a matter of the United States of America, and we deserve to have people from our country to handle this. And I'm not being prejudiced or anything. I'm just looking at it from a national security standpoint that we should be having our own folk work on this, not others. Others shouldn't be in here to even be talking about this stuff. They may have a knowledge set, but we don't know where the conflicts potentially exist.
Right. That's exactly true. Good point.
Yeah.
So they're going to need to look into this as it moves forward and maybe substantially change who's running this council at the moment.
So we could say disclosure first, America first, Right. It kind of goes hand in hand.
It does now because our president is the one who is pushing for disclosure at the moment.
Yeah, he is.
Right. So we should keep everything in-house for the United States.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Now, we've got there's a response from AVI Loeb up there. There's a couple we're going to get into. Let's get to the first one, shall we? Because the audience deserves to see the full story. We don't need to go ahead and censor what we're going to bring out, are we?
No.
Fuck that shit.
We never do.
So Eli out there brought her to my point saying, thank you for bringing this to my attention, Brendan Fugel. What I actually said was that new physics, if discovered, would build on what we already know. That sounds completely different, doesn't it? Historically, new physics reveal new domains where deviations appear, while existing laws remain in the domains where they were tested. The council's goal is to examine anomalies with rigorous data and let the evidence guide us. But it sounds like it's not just that. They're trying to get stuff to, if you want to call it, get us to guide it. It's a mess. And I think I said something on this. Sounds like backpedaling. Would like to hear others who attended. In my opinion, the UAP Science Council, which I just talked about, needs to be, actually I didn't say this one, needs to be 100% open and transparent with the public. Hiding behind Chatham House rules, which that prevents them from saying which scientists said anything, that would even be fine. Just put out what they said and put anonymous to each statement. Should not be allowed. Too much is at stake and the public has a right to know. There is a ton of foreign influence brought onto the council by AVI Loeb that should be highly concerning to everyone.
Right. Very well said.
That guy should be commended, whoever said that.
That was me.
Oh, I know it was you. Did he reply back to that?
Oh, the schmuck says that. I think it's pretty much simpler than that. It sounds like Shermer just misinterpreted Avi's words. If you read Avi Loeb's articles, he's pretty damn transparent. Now, Shermer comes out with a clarification on my statement on Bryden Keating podcast, meaning he said something he shouldn't have said, and people are lighting up his fucking phone like you calling Gene Sticko to try and get an answer out of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Another one backpedaling.
About Professor Avi Loeb's comment on new physics. Here's what Avi actually said. Keep in mind, when people say new physics, the UAPs will teach us new physics. That on top of what we already know. Wait a minute.
Yeah, he's totally walking that one back.
That's totally walking back on this whole thing. It's a fucking joke. And I think I've got
and forget even what he said. Just watch his demeanor. He says it with swagger.
Right. We got Matt Ford on that one. We got that one. The Brendan Fugel one. I thought there was another one here where I had Avi Loeb. Got out of this post. It's nested. All right. Oh, so we've got that one. And I think as a reply, Carol Van said, no new physics. Never worked for completing an incomplete model of physics. That's a good statement. Let's now see if I've got, where is it at? I think the one from Shermer. Here we go. Thank you, Michael Shermer, for further clarification is here. So he's trying to say what he brought out. They're trying to walk it back. I don't believe it. It's just too much of a mess. Too many statements are coming down. It seems like it's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of talent. And the person who brought him on, which is AVI Loeb and Michael Shermer, both need to walk away from this council. They don't belong there. Flat out. All right. One thing I had here from Kind of Culty. The one thing with Shermer, he isn't just a skeptic, but he's a career skeptic. The risk of being wrong on UAPs would be too damaging to his profession, reputation, and ego that I just don't see how he could be viewed as a good faith actor on the subject. It's conflict of interest. We should welcome open-minded, good faith skeptics. And that's not even what Avi is. But that's not Shermer or Avi because he's too financially and reputationally invested in the position. It's a mess, flat out.
It is. And that was a good reply that he put out there. Kind of culty.
Oh, yeah.
That breaks it down.
And I thought I had more.
Michael Sherman.
On.
Moon face. And I said, what do you mean by moon face?
All right. So that's Matt Ford talking about his mom. A bunch of other people. Let's get into this. You know, it's good to see where public feedback on this is going. Let's get into it. Where's that at?
Well, I'm creating some public feedback.
There you go. Also deeply concerned, it seems that every single government group that forms just because it's either a black box is sucked up with witness statements and evidence, also known as RO, or a place to control or bleach the conversation. We have seen it time and time again. We thank God for this platform. Carol Vance said, no new physics, never worked from incomplete model of physics. Jan McLaughlin, thank you, Jan, for being out there. God, I wish you'd come to our show. All right. Got it. She's been having a lot of health issues. She's got golden retrievers and she's always in the hospital for different things, posting a lot of great things. She's just, you know, one of the older people who's out there in disclosure, and she deserves the attention. She's a great woman. So let's get back. Jan there. Let's get on. The Haiku Head said Shermer should have to prove what he's saying, but he never does. I understand that no new physics means we have to exhaust all possibilities of conventional explanations before we reach for new ones. What I love about Skinwalker Ranch is that all new technology is being invented to capture. New physics is emerging one experiment at a time. But, you know, Daryl, it's like, you know, you look how big the universe is, right? Mm-hmm. How many stars, how many planets? There's trillions upon trillions of galaxies out there for what we can even just see. And to say that we know everything as humans and nothing can't go beyond what we've tried to understand, man, that is just such a huge fucking ego.
I got a poll. You were talking about polling or getting people's opinion. So here we go. Starting the poll now.
All right, here goes our second poll of the night, folks. What is Daryl bringing us down the path of? Is the Science Advisory Council an attempt by the deep state to put the genie back in the bottle? Well, I would say yes, because they put Avi Loeb in charge of it. And if Avi Loeb's in charge of this mess, they put him there for a reason, because they knew he would try and shut this shit down.
I just know that Trump is not a friend of the deep state, and this seems like an attempt, an internal attempt, and maybe even the kingpin may be what's his name? Maybe
okay, Google, set a timer for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go ahead, Daryl. I'm sorry.
All right.
what's his name? Stephen Miller. Maybe Stephen Miller made a mistake and he didn't, or he thought it was a good idea, or he was brainwashed to believe it was a good idea to get Avi Loeb on there.
Everybody makes mistakes, right? We understand that.
You know, at that level, the most powerful country in the entire world, we can print our own money. I mean, you know, the amount of influence at that level has got to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Mike Disclosure's favorite person, Susan.
No. Well, we passed 77. We're at 80 now.
We're at 80 votes at this point. Is all right. So we got 44 seconds left, folks. This is your chance to go ahead and give us an answer on what do you think? Is the Science Advisory Council an attempt by the deep state to put the genie back in the bottle? We've got 81 votes. Can we get to 81 votes? 82. Can we get to 85? We need 3 more votes to get to 85. And if we can get to 85, we can hit 90. We got 26 seconds left to go. Come on, folks, so we can get there. We're at 84. 84. We're at 85, 86. If we can get, we got 19, 18 seconds left to go. Come on, folks. This is your last chance to go ahead and vote. We need 4 more votes to get us there. 87. 3 more votes to go. Only 10 seconds left. We got 89 votes and 1 left to go with 7 seconds. Can we hit 5, 4? We hit it. How about that? Ding, ding, ding.
What I was trying to say was that this is a good percentage of the audience voting. 96
already.
99, 100. Leg it 100. There we go. It's a good. Well, wait, still going. Well, let him vote, Thomas. Come on.
All right, I'll extend it a little bit. I guess I'm getting a better job as being an auctioneer to get our friends to go ahead and vote. But look at that, 105 in. Who would have thought we're like 15, 20 seconds beyond our port? Can we get to 110? Can we get 5 more people to go ahead and vote? Hopefully we can get it there. 354 people watching the show right now.
Let's just talk about it for a second. Just talk about it for a second. I voted yes because of what I said earlier. Trump is no friend of the deep state, and he's wanting to bring out these videos and stuff. So why would he agree to this board that's obviously just poo-pooing it, or that seems to be their goal?
Well, the leaders there to poo-poo it, and members they brought on are part of the, I would call them part of the UFO cover-up deep state.
The poo-poo force.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's interesting to me that so many people, like a third of our audience, is voting in this, and they believe, for the most part, that is the case. They're trying to put the genie back in the bottle.
No, we're at 14% versus 86%. That's like less than 20%. We're at like 16%.
No, I'm saying the 111 people have voted, and there's 340 people or so that I saw in the chat.
I know, but 36% of our audience watches on television, and it's the best picture you can possibly get on YouTube, trust me. And they don't have it. They don't have their phone set up potentially for it. So.
I'm just saying, of the current audience, that's a big percentage, 30%.
Yeah.
33%.
Yeah. And out of that 33%, 85% of our audience, this is pretty well slided towards, yes, it is an attempt. And that's what I saw when AVI Loeb was brought in. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Why did they do this?
It's funny that everybody, that many of people have got that in the back of their head. It's not funny.
Maybe
it's funny that we all picked up on it.
Maybe they watched the show, Daryl.
Yeah, I mean, just that they picked up on that is interesting.
If we've educated one person or a whole bunch of different people and we help them understand what's going on, that's why we're at.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, you can turn off the music.
I can turn off the music. You can turn the sound effects back up.
Do you believe in the existence of extraterrestrials?
Yeah, I've got that one. All right, so 116 votes in, 5-minute length on that one. Thank you, audience, for participating in it. You hit the ball out of the park because that is exactly how we feel. Yes, the Science Advisory Council appears to be an attempt by the deep state to put the genie back in the bottle. Why? Because of the leadership they put into place, also known as AVI Loeb. I mean, kill that.
Yeah. It makes me wonder, how did those two, it's always made me wonder, how did these two boards really come together? Who suggests two boards? Number one, Trump if you've ever, and I have seen so many of his speeches when he's running, he refers to committees as blue ribbon committees. In other words, he doesn't really think blue ribbon committees are anything. He just thinks they're stupid, just wasting your time. And what really needs to happen is I need to make the decision. I mean, and that's essentially what he said. We don't need another blue ribbon committee to do this or that. I can do this or that. And it's the same thing right now. He can do this or that. But for some reason, the deep state is pretty fucking deep, I'm guessing, with a lot of influence and power. And they've convinced him you got to have this stupid board to go along with your advisory board. Because the advisory board is the one that's going to tell Trump exactly what he wants to hear, hopefully.
Yeah. Great points, Daryl. I couldn't agree with you more. I think Ryan's got his hand up, hopefully to agree with you and not change our subject. Ryan?
No, I agree with you. And I'm not trying to change the subject.
But wait, there's more.
Well, Trump likes to fire people, right? What can we get Trump to fire Susan Goff?
And but hey, you know what? That's a very good point. Fucking Trump hates Harvard. Hates him.
That's right. He took their money away from everything.
I mean, because they were being anti-Semitic. I mean, they were allowing a lot of anti-Semitic shit going on the campus.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to see Trump get in a room with Susan Goff. I think Trump would win. How long has she been there for?
All you have to do is look at her and say, "Get out of here."
Yeah. And your dick falls off.
Yeah.
The erection killer.
In chief, yes.
How long has she been there? Can you guys educate me on that?
16, 17 years, something like that.
Here we go. Look at this. GS Dutch. The Israeli scientist at the center of Trump's search for the answer on UFOs.
Nice suit.
Yeah, he's definitely doesn't have the what are the suits? How you described it that Sean Kirkpatrick would wear, Mike? John Gotti suits.
Yeah, it was a Guinea gangster John Gotti suit that he tried to get at all of the hearings that he was testifying at.
If you look at what J. Allen Hynek back in the day, they had like very similar. They looked very similar. Number one, and number two, they dressed very similar.
Hey guys, I like to bring up this article. It's from Jewish Insider, but guess what? If I want to read it, I have to pay.
We'll pass on that. Yeah,
we'll pass on that one. Absolutely, we'll pass on that one. All right, so we've got all the stuff of AVI Loeb taken care of. I think we've got this whole thing with Loeb and everything where it's at. Yeah, folks, it's a shit show, but wait a couple weeks, maybe a little bit longer. I think there's going to be a shakeup coming in D.C., and I think you're all going to like it. That's all we can say, right, Mike?
Oh, absolutely. I think that will definitely turn the tide on disclosure. People will be very happy about it.
Oh, God, yeah. Mm-hmm. Got to have some fun with it. Now, where the hell else are we going here? Let me get back to the desk. Where are we at? Interview guest. Let's get.
Can I throw something else out real quick?
Yeah, throw it up. Why not?
No,
just use a bucket, please.
Just a thought. I'm sitting here thinking, if Trump wasn't distracted with this war, we might have already had disclosure because he can't let anything go. And as soon as he learned there's a Harvard scientist who's heading up some board that's supposed to be counseling him, and be like, I had to fire that guy from Harvard.
But you got to remember, the guy's a super fucking genius, so he can handle multiple things. Mike always brings up, we got this stuff going in the Middle East. We can't handle multiple things. This is just like one of his small businesses that he's dealing with. He can handle a lot at the same time.
Yes, that's true. But what I'm saying is the war happens at night, and I guarantee you he is up making decisions. So he is tired. He's fucking tired. And I'm just saying that it's taking up a lot of his time.
Daryl, he's 80 fucking years old. Wouldn't you be tired at 80 years old?
And you're up all night deciding who to bomb or what target to bomb.
Right.
I'm just telling you, this war is a distraction.
Yes.
And as soon as he can get that out of his life, and then all these other things that he'll, the ballroom and
look, puppies.
all the other shit that's the minutia of the world, he will pay attention to UFO stuff.
He will. I agree with that.
He's already told Dr. Phil, I'm going to give you some way good stuff.
Right.
But, give me more of his attention on UFOs. That's what I want.
I agree.
Okay,
and I think we're going to get it at one point.
All right.
He's bombing the shit out of Iran. And the IRGC, I don't think is going to hold on forever with that. I think he's going to get rid of them. And when that happens, it'll be smooth sailing.
So what you bring up Dr. Phil? We got a video on that, but more importantly...
Wait, one more second. Just sorry. My whole part of even bringing that up initially was, what if the deep state is so powerful that somehow they influenced a war to happen to take his attention off of UFOs?
No, he'll never drop it, because look how many hits, 1 billion hits to the what do you call war.gov/UFO. 1 billion hits within a week, and Trump is all about the analytics, the popularity of the thing, and if he's doing something that resonates with so many people, you can't get him off this one.
Some of this is 80 years old.
Did he love Nixon a lot too? Did he love Nixon a lot? And this is one of the things that Nixon was wanting to bring out as well.
No, he loved Reagan a lot.
He liked Nixon too, didn't he, Mike?
I think so.
He did.
Yeah, he had, who loved Nixon was one of his best friends who went to jail for a little bit, Roger Stone. Roger Stone has a tattoo of Nixon on his back that takes up his entire back. That's how much he loves Nixon. So, yes, so Roger Stone was an influence on Trump.
But supposedly Nixon hid things in the White House that were supposed to come out so many years later that if he found it, it would give him the information. Because remember, Nixon went with Jackie Gleason. He got him and they picked him up in the car, and they went to the place and they saw the crash shit that was there. Right, Mike?
That story only gets better if they had cocktails in the golf cart on the way over there.
No, they had cocktails in the fucking limousine on the way over there. You're talking about Nixon, and he had bags that were twice as big as mine without the lighting. So good for him.
I think he liked scotch.
Yeah. Come on, he's with the president. You don't think they're going to have the best scotch in the fucking world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
All right. So, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Stall 3. All right, here we go. Need to Know podcast. This is coming from our dear friend Bryce Zabel. Making himself relevant still. Thank you, Bryce. We love you. I need to find out what he uses on his beard to make it dark.
Ooh.
Bryce Zabel.
Oh.
In his hair.
Probably Grecian formula, dude.
Yeah.
Grecian formula.
It's got to be it. After the taping, Dr. Phil told Chris Mellon and Bryce Zabel that his early first look at the Tranche 4 release came with a handwritten message from President Trump. Have fun with this, he said. It raises an intriguing question. Is Dr. Phil being set up to become Trump's most trusted public communicator on disclosure? Well, public communicator would be like someone who talks to all the normies, right, Daryl?
All of the normies? Definitely a segment of the normies, yeah.
A segment of the normies.
Yeah.
Well, he's the only, I wouldn't say most trusted, he's the only one who's been kind of lined up so far that we're aware of. There could be more.
He's a crony.
Yeah. Can that even work? Or will he be seen as just another Kid Rock, oh my God, and Lee Greenwood style? No, I don't think so. This is different than Kid Rock.
Fucking love Kid Rock.
I know we like Kid Rock. You like him more than me, but hey, that leather outfit on Guys So Old just doesn't look so hot. All right. That's why it's probably worth seeing this show to hear how Dr. Phil addresses the entire UAP issue. Now, I could bring up a post from Gene Sticco that rips apart Dr. Phil. We've already heard him before, but I'm not going to go there. But if you want to look for it, search Gene Sticco on X and you'll find out about how he's trying to say he's like, come on, it's fucking Dr. Phil. We need to bring out the truth. There's another interesting video out there from Vetted. There's a preview. There was supposed to be a video that came out today with Gina, and he's been here a bunch of times. But what they're saying about Lou and other stuff that's going on, you can use my book to go ahead and create a UFO. Yeah, it's there, folks. I'm sorry. We've tried to get a hold of you, my friend. If you're watching, love you. Call us, please. As you know, Mike's been like calling you like a bad date who won't answer her call, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Getting ghosted.
Oh, yeah. All right. We've got that one taken care of. Let's get back to where we left off on Phil. We didn't get there last night.
Yeah, so let's pick up with Phil. It's a good idea.
Yeah. And no, there is an episode of Phil with Lou, but that was like a year ago, literally.
He is alive in this frame, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes. Well, yes.
Okay.
But you know what, Mike? But wait a minute. Before we get there, before we get to that one, I know I went past this. All bookmarks. That one. That one. That one. Oh man, who is in the pink shirt? The pink outfit. That is Jaime Maussan. The one, the only, the guy who deals with UFO stories like women that he can never date. He's asked 100 times, and maybe he's gotten one good date because that's about how many times his stories actually line up to be real. Now, I do have a question off to Lou on this. I haven't heard back yet. Let me check my messages. Nope, no answer yet. As soon as I know, I wanted to clarify, are you going to be a contributor with Jaime Maussan? Like he's going to say, cool thing here is they're going to get Lou Elizondo talking, but he's going to be dubbed to Spanish back to English, and it's someone else saying Lou Elizondo's words, not his own. So, yeah, Mr. Mummy, Mr. Boogosphere, let's see where this goes.
Is historic. Without Luis Elizondo, this wouldn't be happening. You wouldn't be experiencing this change, and you wouldn't be...
Hold on. This may be the kiss-up moment. I need to turn the audio up. I honestly, I have not listened to this yet, like most things on the show, so it can be a real reaction. And I'm hearing this saying, oh, I need to turn this fucking thing up. Here we go, folks. Just pay attention. Yes, Daryl?
I was going to say, I definitely have not seen this, although I love the background.
Is historic. Without Luis Elizondo, this wouldn't be happening. You wouldn't be experiencing this change, and you wouldn't be hearing about UFOs every day. He was the one who truly motivated that change, and that is why it is so important that he is now a contributor to Maussan television, specifically to Interstellar. Upon returning from the break, I will present his comments on the...
Okay, so he's going to be a regular contributor to Maussan through Interstellar. Is that the Interstellar UAP guy who's on X, who covers a lot of clips of Lou?
Maybe. But we need to hear some Lou.
Is there an Interstellar Spanish
No,
channel?
There's Interstellar UAP who's on X, and I follow him. He follows me. He's a great guy who puts up a lot of clips on a regular basis. No, this isn't AI. He's speaking in Spanish, but it's being dubbed. So here we go.
The 4 declassifications. What does he think of each of them, and why are they so important? You have to listen to Luis Elizondo. You have to listen to one of the most important participants in the great change that humanity is experiencing.
That's a horrible AI zoom in.
What does he tell us about each of these declassifications? As you know, 4 have been presented so far. And each one has been different because each one is important. He reveals his comments here in what is his first participation as a collaborator for Maussan television and Interstellar.
Hold on. I just need to be careful. I need to go to Common. I need to go to Fair Use Top. And I also need to go to this one provided by, I want to say... at X, I'm going to change this to say Lou Elizondo.
So you guys aren't believing that he is going to be doing this, huh?
I don't know. I've asked. And as soon as we'll find out, we'll tell the public. But Jaime likes to make a lot of claims.
Yeah, but this is a pretty big one, and you're using the guy's name. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Lou contributed something, because Lou probably looks at it like an impressions kind of thing. Jaime's got his whole audience, so maybe, that's the way he looks at it.
And I'll say courtesy of X Lou Elizondo. I think is it Lou Elizondo on X? Let me just double check. I want to make sure I got this shit right.
Yeah, he follows me and you on X.
Well,
so,
yeah, of course. I just
account.
want to get his name exactly right on X. That's all. Yeah, Lou Elizondo. I got it right. Here we go.
Stellar. This is Luis Elizondo speaking here from the Washington, D.C. area. Together with Masan Television, I will be bringing you exclusive information. And today, what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about the recent leak of information here in the United States regarding UAPs. In the last 2 months, the Trump administration has released 4 specific...
Leak? I don't think he's... This already doesn't sound like anything Lou would say.
The translation is not right.
It sounds like Vetted doing a translation.
Last 2 months, the Trump administration has released 4 specific batches, as they call them, of information about UAPs. For many years,
there you go.
The United States was in total denial about the reality of UAPs, something our Latin American brothers and sisters had already known for a long time. Unfortunately, it has taken us all this time to finally catch up as a nation. However, the last 2 months have been very specific. Let's talk about the first release of information in May. I think some people were a bit disappointed with the release because much of the information had already been published previously or had already reached the public what we called a so-so, or that the information or videos released were a bit blurry and nothing considered spectacular. I think that was done on purpose because I believe the administration was trying to gauge the reaction of the American people to this topic and whether they would be ridiculed. However, I think the response was overwhelming. There were
Hold on really quick. When's the last time you've seen Lou wearing an oversized suit coat?
I've never seen him wear that.
No. And he's got that pin on his lapel again.
Is he out of the country right now?
No, it looks like he says he's in D.C. or the D.C. area.
Well, it'd be Virginia then if he's actually there.
No, it'd be Maryland.
It could be Virginia or Maryland.
It'd be Maryland.
I live there, man.
Mike, cheers, Daryl. What would you vote on? Would you say Maryland or Virginia?
Oh, I lived in Virginia. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's in Maryland.
Oh, because that's not fair.
Bingo. Oh. We're trying to tell you.
I'm just saying, D.C. surrounded by Virginia, but yeah.
And not D.C. Muscle Wolf. No. Here we go.
No.
I think the response was overwhelming. There were more than 1 billion visitors to the U.S. government website, the Department of Defense, specifically regarding this topic, regarding the release of UAP information. This is significant because it is the highest number of visits any U.S. government organization has received in such a short period of time. And I think this confirmed the reality that here in the United States, people are finally ready to know the truth.
So, short clip. It does kind of sound like Lou. Some of the stuff, it's a bad loss in translation, but Mike, some of it actually does account to Lou. And if he is in this role and he is talking to Musan, it sounds like he's starting to look for strongholds in different geographies around the world to bring the world up to speed on what's going on. And that's a good thing.
That's what I would think.
Well, it sounded to me like, based on this really shitty translation, that Lou
is historic.
Sorry, go ahead.
Without
line directly to Jaime Musan. I haven't heard that yet.
No, it's Lou just giving video clips to them.
Right. Right.
And this isn't like Lou's going out there and saying the mummies are real, the boogospheres are real, all the shit you brought up, Jaime, is there. This is Lou speaking to Jaime's audience, which is pretty big.
But that is what Jaime is hoping for, is that this legitimizes Jaime a little bit. But it's, the joke's on him. It's just Lou, you trying to get the word out to the audience.
Right.
It's just Lou being Lou, right.
Right. Like he was on that podcast recently to go ahead and talk to the people who are into, DMT, mushrooms, and consciousness, and doing remote viewings, and what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, channeling. So he's...
Yeah, the hippies, yeah.
Yeah. They're still around.
So he's talking to everybody, including the hippie channel. So, yeah. He's not aligning himself with anybody in particular. It doesn't seem like to me.
No. Okay. Right. On. One. Okay. He's verified it. He is mainstream. He's going for to talk to the audience.
Yep. That's
just like we said.
Makes total sense.
Yeah, he's not affiliating specifically with Jaime Maussan.
But he's there to go ahead and
fill Jaime Maussan's audience in on what's going on.
It's a great way to get the message to a huge audience. Congratulations. So good for Lou. Good for him.
Right. Right. He's spreading the word.
What's the next country on Lou's hit list? France? There's that guy that's
Japan.
got that. Japan?
They love him in Japan.
That translation's going to be fun to listen to.
Elizondo-san. Oh, God, yeah.
Maybe that Mike Myers, Austin Powers impersonator thing will interview him.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So great to see Lou. He's out there. He's bringing the message out. And, it's a separate kind of a conversation from everything that's going on, but it's to a huge audience. And I just have to say congratulations, Lou, for now going ahead and connecting with Central and South America. It's a big step in the right direction.
And that's his people.
Well, Cuba's him, right?
It's Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba's his people, Cuba. But I mean, he identifies with that.
Yeah. Ryan, your hand is up.
I agree with you guys. This is just Lou speaking to an audience like he did with Japan and did with other countries. This does not.
Well, Japan was
that,
through the government and people who have things are trying to get the truth out. Jaime is more of a personality who's been behind trying to bring out the truth for UFOs for a long, long time.
Right. And people need to understand this does not mean that Lou supports everything that Maussan has done. Of course not. No. But unfortunately, you get the trolls on X who are trying to connect the two in ways that don't exist. So this is really no big deal.
Yeah.
So this is really does not mean Lou is a part of Maussan's operation.
No.
He's just
Jaime has his own thing.
Yeah.
Lou has something. He's a media contributor talking about his stuff, and what stuff he's talking about does not, if you want to call it, connect with it, but it's a way to get to a very large audience. I'd love to see Lou speak in Spanish or, is part of it.
That's a good point. Why didn't he?
He might have. That's why it's translated to English.
So he's just doing a TV interview like everywhere else. And
that makes sense.
No, it's more than an interview. He's going to be someone who's going to come on there every so often and talk about stuff.
They've got to speak to South America. There's a whole
Central
country.
And South America. Yes. Huge audience.
So that's all.
Yeah.
But people on X are trying to use this as a way to attack him. if that's what's going to happen here. But
it's bullshit artists out there. But remember, folks, if you're watching the show, you stopped in, you have 312 people watching the show right now, you haven't subscribed, you're having a good time, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We'll love to have you as a regular here. We're trying to, extend our reach on YouTube, and you are the only ways we're going to get there. And for those who have subscribed, check the bell, make sure it's set for all updates, and more importantly, hit that thumbs up or thumbs down and give us some comments. Would love to see what you have to say. All right, so that's the one we've got coming on. Oh, this is cute. Got a grandma out there with her golden retriever. It's a golden retriever's birthday, and she's having a little party for the dog. Isn't that wonderful?
Well, who's this from?
Just random shit that I see on X that I threw in. And by the way, how's the weather going for you today, Daryl? This was the view earlier today in Chicago.
You know what's so weird is just probably about 7 o'clock, it cleared up.
It did.
You can see the sun again. I mean, you can't stare at the sun anymore.
Oh my God! It's almost like the Trump made a threat to Canada to clear up our skies, or we're gonna.
Now it's supposed to be bad again tomorrow, but But I mean, it was the AQI air quality index in my office.
Right.
In the office was 200, which is in the red.
All right. Another thing, we have a lot of people in there with health problems. A tablespoon of vinegar before carbs blunts the insulin spike. So there is a 34% higher insulin sensitivity in insulin-resistant adults with people who have diabetes. So you know what? Take a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar before you eat, and it's an easy step to go ahead and control your blood sugar.
Are they saying apple cider vinegar, or are they saying the actual vinegar?
They're saying vinegar, but I'm sure if I get into it, it'll probably
well, if you take an actual tablespoon of vinegar, you're probably not going to be eating anything. So yeah, of course you're going to be cutting down your intake.
Oh, you're not. You're Polish. What the fuck are you talking about?
Everything I'm talking about taking
Polish
straight.
you have
I'm
sauerkraut.
talking about drinking. Pour some vinegar in a glass and drink it for us.
No, in a glass. You're talking like a teaspoon or tablespoon. You're not talking like a huge amount. It's a little sip. My grandmother used to take one every day.
Dude, I hate that apple cider vinegar just as much as...
I love vinegar stuff.
Oh, God.
Pickled onions. Pickled anything.
No,
you're
but
Polish.
I'm talking about raw, like you pour apple cider vinegar in a glass and drink it? No.
Yeah, it's good.
Ugh.
My grandmother always used to have like freaking, what do you call it? Coleslaw. With tons of vinegar in it.
That's different. That's different. It's mixed in there. I'm talking about drinking it straight out of the bottle.
No, I didn't say out of the bottle. You poured in a little thing.
No, I'm saying straight out of the bottle.
Hey,
a lot of people.
You know, it tastes better than Pepto-Bismol. I'll tell you that.
A lot of people claim the apple cider vinegar has a lot of great properties, but I can't stand the taste of it.
I love it. Sorry.
No.
They say vinegar,
in the little
some
doses,
people are saying coconut vinegar, potentially red vinegar, all the kind of stuff.
In the little doses you're talking about mixed into food, that's not a problem. It makes it taste better. I'm talking about taking it straight. And that's
so you would never take a swig of pickle juice then?
No, I have with a shot of Jameson. They call that a pickleback, Thomas.
I that's wild and wacky stuff. I did not know that. Please,
chat and inform everybody.
That's okay. It's just the bookmarks I have out there. Burleson, we got that. Oh, God. Wait a minute. UAP Gerb. And I know I've got this in here. Should be in here. I thought I got it. I thought I got the whole fucking interview. Hold on. Let me go back to the top of bookmarks. Let me search for Gerb. This one's only like 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Okay, that's not the one. He's got like a UAP Gerb has got like a, okay.
The government.
The Hill, hold on. Let me find this. Go to
Thomas,
here.
do we not like UAP
we don't want to look
Gerb?
at that one.
Mike, do we not like UAP Gerb? Is that what?
No, he's good. He's good.
He's good. Okay.
4 minutes and 40 seconds. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. 4 minutes and 50 seconds, a minute 28. Go to media.
Is that Mike back there?
Was he making noise again?
No, in the
118.
photo.
Let me go to, hold on. Go to YouTube.
Can you yell at it?
The Hill Gerb. The Hill.
The demon.
Okay, I think we got it. 5 minutes and 23 seconds. We got it. Okay. So this is a rebuttal to UAP Gerb going up against the shit we talked about with JD Vance, who's like gone down the born again Christian route of everything's a demon. If it's from the sky and it could be a UAP, it's still a demon. Yeah, I know. So let's see where this goes. I think it should be a good one.
Vice President J.D. Vance is throwing cold water on the idea of UFOs and aliens in U.S. custody. In an appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast this week, Vance voiced skepticism on the topic, saying that if we have literal space alien remains in the custody of the United States government, there's no way it hasn't been leaked out in some way. At the direction of President Trump, the Pentagon has released multiple batches of declassified UFO files, but that move has raised more questions in the UAP community. With us now to discuss, UFO expert UAP Gerb. Hey, how's it going? So first, let's talk about this interview with Joe Rogan. The vice president told Rogan that the government is willing and able to do a lot of crazy stuff, but what he's basically saying is that he is skeptical of the competence to be able to carry out some sort of a secretive campaign to not disclose this type of bombshell information. What does the UFO UAP community think of the vice president's interview?
Well, Drew, first off, thank you so very much for having me, sir. It's an honor and a privilege. Of course, when the vice president goes on the most popular podcast in the world and talks about the topic of UFOs, UAP, that's going to grab some headlines. So to start, J.D. Vance spoke that, of course, if the U.S. government is indeed in possession of recovered non-human intelligence technical vehicles or the associated biological pilots or occupants, that there's no way this secret would leak. I would certainly contest that argument and say that this sort of secret has leaked plenty of times in the past. We have former Air Force Major and very seasoned intelligence officer David Grush, who testified in 2023 before Congress about the existence of coordinated crash retrieval, reverse engineering programs, and monitoring programs of non-human technical vehicles. Furthermore, quite recently, former President Barack Obama made the same sentiment. He made a somewhat comical statement and said that, oh, of course, if the United States was in possession of alien bodies, alien craft, some industrial security personnel specialist would take a selfie with the alien. I contest this statement as well. I think the United States is extremely good at keeping secrets, has a special access program, SAP, and national program ecosystem that is completely catered towards compartmenting covert information. And all one has to do is look at one of the most covert intelligence agencies of this entire country, the NURO, National Underwater Reconnaissance Office, a completely unacknowledged intelligence agency, and reassess that sort of statement. Can the U.S. keep secrets?
And Rogan and Vance talked about the UFO whistleblower David Grush. What did you make of that conversation?
So Vice President Vance stated that when he entered office as VP, one of his expressed missions was to get to the bottom of the UFO mystery, and he still hasn't done that yet. J.D. Vance stated that he has spoken to David Grush, and, since he hasn't gotten to the bottom of the UFO mystery, now might be the perfect time. David Grush, again, is extremely credentialed within Air Force, the intelligence enterprise, and his whistleblower complaint to the intelligence community inspector general was deemed credible and urgent. And again, in 2023, he testified before Congress about the existence of these crash retrieval, reverse engineering programs known as the legacy programs, and not only made allegations about these programs, but now recently has stated he has direct firsthand experience of the existence of these programs. So I think J.D. Vance getting with David Grush, getting with Representative Eric Burleson out of Missouri, and kind of discussing and coordinating them with their current efforts would be the very best place to start.
The Trump administration has said its main goal is transparency. While some UFO files have been released, do you believe this is enough, or do you think there's more information that needs to come out?
I'd say there's certainly more information that needs to come out. So far, we've gotten a cohort of videos, some of which are quite interesting, the majority of which I'd say have prosaic explanations. We've also had quite a few files, some of which have existed in the public domain before. You know, in all 4 tranches is the buzzword being used, tranches of files. We've had references to 1948, 1950, and green fireballs exhibiting very extraordinary movement capabilities seen over the American Southwest. This is, of course, Project Twinkle under astronomer Lincoln La Paz. This is well known. There are some other interesting files, such as the intelligence community encountering and almost having a chase with a series of orbs from a helicopter in late 2025 over one of our sensitive military ranges. But I would say, of course, this is not enough. These files, these videos do not address crash retrievals, reverse engineering, and do not even touch the Department of Energy. For seasoned viewers...
Hold on a second. Do you think we're ever going to get information about crash retrievals? Maybe. But about Department of Energy stuff, I don't think they touched that with the 10-foot pole.
No, they never would. We won't get that. Well, we'll get an acknowledgement. I think we're headed in that direction. Definitely.
It's better than nothing.
Right.
So,
I agree.
There's a lot of hopes and dreams that would be wonderful, those peaches and creams, and I'd be like fucking 500 pounds, but we're not going to get there because they'll go so far, but they're not going to go all the way. They're not going to tell us fucking everything, are they?
No. Nope.
So, it's like that girl you dated in high school.
Yeah.
Wouldn't go all the way.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. All right. So we're going to get something. We're going to, okay. At a base level, Mike, I think it's safe to say Daryl National Security. That goes over. Where's that at? Cheers.
Check 1, 2.
There we go.
Boom.
Boom.
Got
Thank you, sir.
Got
you know,
the giant
national
makers
security,
going.
my friends. But, you know, it comes down to we're going to go ahead and get something, but we're not going to get everything. But you know what? We've already gotten, here's the stuff. Are we going to get an acknowledgement behind that? Probably. Are we going to get more? That depends on where disclosure goes and what files they bring out, Mike. They may have that great evidence when you look at it and you're just like, oh, fuck, really?
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think we're headed in that direction for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's play a little bit more of Gerb here and finish this off. Here we go.
Military ranges. But I would say, of course, this is not enough. These files, these videos do not address crash retrievals, reverse engineering, and do not even touch the Department of Energy. For seasoned viewers of this program, they will know that the Department of Energy is adherent to their own classification system that the president does not have unilateral declassification over. And this, of course, stems from the 1954 Atomic Energy Agreement.
Mike, he finally got our message. We've been saying that for fucking years. We've been
I guess somebody's been listening to the show.
The Department of Energy flag for the longest time, saying that's where it's at. And everyone's like, no, it's with the military contractors and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, the fucking Department of Energy. That's where they can't get any information out. They're saying, no, they're putting in contractors so you can't get to the information. No, it's in the fucking Department of Energy. That's where they're hiding it.
Yeah, I guess Sammy Gerb heard us. He listened to the show.
Well, if not, it's, genius minds think alike. I mean, I think he's ADHD or autistic. I'm sure I'm somewhere on the spectrum somewhere because they've always said, Mike, I am abnormal but inconclusive.
Abnormal. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Don't go there. Don't go there.
It's true. It's true.
It's true. It's true.
Declassification over. And this, of course, stems from the 1954 Atomic Energy Agreement.
All right, we're going to have to leave.
1954 Atomic Energy Act.
The conversation there. UAP Gerb, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me, sir.
Okay. I need to send him a message on X, and hopefully he's ADHD enough to understand and say your camera is not focusing on you. Set your camera to a manual focus or get a really good Sony that actually focuses on you all the time because it's like focusing on something else, and he's not as clear as he should be.
He also looks like he's got a gun, like he's got a gun to his head to say what he's saying. You will say this?
And the lighting is a bit off. He in the camera, the what do you call it? The color temperature is set wrong, so it makes his face look really washed out and more pink than it is, and it takes any defects that he has in his face and just kind of, makes it more evident.
These people with these effed up cameras.
Trust me, I've been fighting this shit for a long time, and it took me a long time to get my face to look as good as it can. I guess I could put myself, hold on, let's do it. I could put myself,
there you go.
There we go. Thank you, UAP Girl, for coming out tonight. Oh, I gotta have fun with it.
Yes, you have to have fun with it.
Yeah.
And I look like I'm jaundiced, so that's okay.
So when you send him a message, send it to Sammy. That's his first name. He responds to that.
Sammy Gerb?
Sammy Gerb, yeah.
That's a great name.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Davis Jr. We'll never forget him. Is that the only Sammy we know?
No.
And he talked about recently, we have to start wearing ties.
Do we?
Who?
Well, he does at least. I'm not going to. I'm still like wearing my fat man's short sleeve shirt from last year.
Yeah, F that crap, man. You're supposed to feel comfortable. What is it? We don't need to get up.
That happened on what was it? Unidentified Celebrity Review with Lou Jimenez was the host, and they were like, "We need to get serious. We need to start wearing white shirts and ties."
Yeah, then he looked like a limousine driver with his white shirt and black tie.
I think he's an Uber driver. That's a good call.
Well, there you go. But he looked like one.
Yeah, exactly. So. Anyway.
Well, and my avatar is wearing a white shirt and a tie with an overcoat. Yeah.
Yeah. We can actually fucking finally see you for once.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's fantastic that it's that clear. You did a great job with that, Thomas.
Oh my God. It's called fucking CSS. I to get Google Meet to work for the show, folks, little inside information. I actually have Google Meet, but I go ahead and I bring up the CSS and I edit the CSS to go ahead and change the font to look like this and make it look right. And then if someone puts their hand up, someone in the back, Daryl, put your hand up for a second.
Yes, I'll put my hand up for a second.
Not that one.
What do you...
In the show, like put your hand up. There you go.
Oh.
Joseph did it, but he's not showing. Why?
Joseph,
say something.
Yes, sir. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Well, Mike Disclosure put his hand up. Now you, Mike, now say something. Your hand is up.
Yes,
don't put it down.
Always.
There we go.
I always have a suit and tie on.
Well, yeah. So you have to deal with that to get the name to look different and to get the whole thing. Hey, we even upgraded our television set today. We got rid of the 1 inch, really thick, television set. Even on the back side of the set, it's not so thick because it looked like an old television set. Yeah, it's because I'm trying to improve what we're fucking doing here and have some fun at the same time.
All I can think about is Aerosmith and Mike will have to say something after this, but
about
Mikey's got a gun.
We'll talk privately about that after the show.
Yeah. Oh, he's always packing.
Yep.
And that's not talking about what's between his pants either. It's the gun he's got with him.
Right.
There we go. All right, let's get back to it. All right, where are we at? All right, so I think we're at 7:55 already.
Yes, sir. We are.
10:55.
I think we can save this for tomorrow.
We can.
Because we need something for Saturday because there's nothing fucking going on.
Right. Plus, it's a little late to do it tonight.
Because it's like 25 minutes left, and 20 minutes of Dr. Phil is like an hour of the show.
Right. Easily. We'll do it tomorrow.
All right. Is there anything else that let's just go through the drops of what's going on there. What did I get on there? No, that's July 1st. We got the UAP. Oh, no, that's searching for Gerb.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what's going on. All right, we got Dr. Avi Loeb. We talked about him in his fancy suit, and he is an Israeli influencer in charge of our UAP Science Council. And I have to say, no. And we're going to keep on pushing back on that. We had Michael Shermer, of course, who was out there talking about everything. And if I get that down to me a little bit smaller, yes, I would welcome with open arms the disclosure of UAP aliens, he said 3 hours ago. It would have zero effect on my career and may actually help it because I would fully accept it as I do any claim with substantial evidence showing that changing your mind when the evidence is a virtue. So is there anything else Shermer has out there? Making him sound like a schmuck. We got that one. Oh, he says, oh, yeah, here's an excerpt from my final chapter of Truth on the Matter of Progress in Science and How We Know It's Real. No, we don't want to hear that. Certification of my statement, Brian Keating podcast about Professor Avi Loeb's comment on no new physics. And here's what he says. Here's what he actually said. No, he got on a phone call with Avi. Avi read in the fucking riot act and said, what the fuck did you say? Take it back. Just keep in mind, when people say new physics, the UAPs will teach us new physics. That is on top of what we already know. Mike, how the fuck does this go from someone saying that to saying that there's no new physics? It doesn't.
It doesn't. No, he got a new asshole ripped is what happened. Obviously.
Which we need to take down. Avi Loeb needs to be removed, flat out. I'm going to keep on pushing for it. There's a conflict of interest. Oh, there is, without a doubt. Thank you, Michael Shermer, for the clarifications here. Remember, this is Avi Loeb is the same schmuck that attacked in coordination with Sean Kirkpatrick, who was the head of ARO, the director of ARO. He attacked the Tic Tac incident, said it couldn't be possible. Not at all, because if the Tic Tac was going from 80,000 feet down to 50 feet in 50 feet in 3/4 of a fucking second, that craft should burst into flames, right?
And burn up, instantly.
It would take like the entire energy production of the world for a year, wasn't it, to make it happen?
We got a super chat said, did I see Dr. Diana Welsh from Siema? Let's go there.
Mikey's got a gun.
I can't. There is no. There's Diana Pasolka talking about. Is that what you mean? We're talking about crash retrieval site with Dr. Gary Nolan. We were blindfolded. Sounds interesting. We can get into this, but I'm sure this isn't what you're talking about. But sure. When is this from? Oh, it's from July 14th, just 3 days ago.
I do think about this story often, and Gary Nolan corroborated it.
Just like he corroborated that wonderful cruise.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been on the cruise. I mean, it looked like a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not saying,
we got you. Thank God. Here we go. I guess, would you wear the animal control hat or not?
No.
All right, let's get to it. Here we go.
That they showed me. I went to New Mexico with Dr. Gary Nolan. We went together. I invited him to go with me.
It's with the woman from Big Bang Theory.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, she's
Sheldon's girlfriend.
Yeah. She's actually a neuroscientist for real.
I know. All right, let's get to it. Let's see if she hates us or not. We loved you in Big Bang Theory, and we love Diana Pasolka. We love you to please. But you know what I'm going to put on the screen? Oh, it still says on there, courtesy of Lou Elizondo.
Yep.
What?
So if they're going to come after us, they have to go through Lou to get to us. That's okay. We love Lou anyway, and it's just me putting it up there to make the people double think what's going on. Lou needs to go on her show.
He will.
I need to pass it to him.
Yeah, he will.
I mean, if he goes on Jaime Maussan's, he should go on hers. Let's be honest.
He'll come here. We'll get on.
Dr. Gary Nolan. We went together. I invited him to go with me. Jeff Kripal wouldn't go with me, by the way. I invited him to go. We were blindfolded, by the way, because we went to a crash retrieval space.
Why aren't you in bed?
Alleged. I recognize that.
Yeah, Mike's always bitching to kids. Why the hell aren't you in bed?
Dude,
it's 11:02
That's always
p.m.
the biggest problem with little kids, man. They don't
I
want
had
to
to mute him
sleep.
on that, but for everyone, everybody heard that. Everybody heard that. I know that, and I muted him. So just to get some, he's got like 4 kids, and there's always some kid who's up way too late. And if they're up too late and they make the noise, you know who finds out, Daryl, right?
Oh yeah, I dated a hot chick with 4 kids. Believe it or not,
Mom finds out. Then who pays the price? The kids or Mike? It's Mike. Gotta love him for it though. 4 fucking kids at his age. Wow.
I don't know
I'm
what it is.
joking.
Oh yeah, I do.
He's not. Well, he is old, but he's not. Well, he's not that old, but.
Jesus, you were digging that hole.
I'm fine. You know, Jesus is 2,000 years old. How about that?
Jesus, now you're Jesus and the digging the hole. Dang, God.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. The belief in UFO is a rising belief. And the reason is because now we have science that tells us a lot of things, maybe things that could, tell us religion doesn't have all the answers. But here we have a new form of religion with a new kind of technology, right? So digital technology.
Fuck, no. God damn it, son of a bitch. Mike knows that language as much as you do, Daryl. No. UFOs cannot represent a new fucking religion. Flat out. That's why I'm here. That's the biggest message we need to bring forward is UFOs are not here to fuck with humanity like religion has for so many thousands of years. Daryl, do we need another fucking religion?
We got so many religions.
We have too many already.
I'm not even talking about the kinds that you go to church on. I'm talking about political religions and everything. We got too many polarizing things to try to grab our attention.
And this is the main reason I came forward, because of the shit that I went through as a kid. And the last thing we need to do is take this horrible fucking shit that's going on to so many people. Apparently we have 5 different types of life that's here, and they all have different agendas, and they're all fucking with humanity. And we're all dealing with it. And the last thing we need to do is say, oh my God, these are fucking gods. We need to worship them. Fuck that shit. Sorry. Yeah. This heats me up.
No, that's a good thing, man, because it's true.
No new religions. Period. The ones we have are bad enough. Jesus Christ!
They're just
already.
Designed to keep us.
Yes.
Designed to keep us in line with whatever they want us to keep us in line with.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. That was me getting on a Mike Disclosure kvetch. Mike, are you there? Or did we lose him?
I think he's putting the kid to bed.
I think he got pulled to the black hole. We love you, Mike.
Technology. And so I started to see the belief in UFOs as a religiosity, a new type of religion.
Oh, fuck.
So, it served the function of explaining, what we're dealing with. And for them, it's a lot more complicated than it appears to be, because the people who do look into UFOs, like Dr. Gary Nolan, or the person that we went with that was part of.
Oh, she's not bringing up who? Fucking AVI Loeb. It's Gary Nolan. So let's take Gary and put him on the top of that council. Makes sense.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
And the Disclosure Cruise.
Yes. Just bring with the poppers and you'll be fine.
This program. They have various beliefs about life because of what they study. And
no, she's not an idiot. She actually knows a lot of stuff, but she's bringing up
well respected.
She's well respected. She's bringing up a conversation that people like Greer just kind of skirt around the edges, pay for play.
Obviously, the cosmos, like, what's out there. Well, obviously now.
Oh, God, hypersonic boom, shove it up your ass. Gary Nolan is not an agent. He does not paid by the fucking federal government of the United States. He wants to bring more stuff out, but don't forget, he's been given calls by the fucking White House saying, Gary, you need to shut the fuck up. And he's told us about it. So if you want to say he's a double agent, but he's telling us on what's going on, no. Daryl, I have to say Gary Nolan is completely out of the closet, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do a survey.
Oh, okay.
Let's do a survey. Is Gary Nolan, completely out of the closet for where he sits, where he believes his life and everything else? And you know why he did, Mike? Gary?
Daryl? You're being my mom, right? My grandmother.
I know my grandmother did that all the time. I have to start mentioning a bunch of names. Now I just need some smells to get my reality back. All right, okay, Daryl.
You're going to make me run and go get mine now.
No.
All right. What am I doing?
Coming down to it, if you look at it from where we're at, Gary Nolan is bringing out the truth. He's trying to get beyond the bullshit, and he put his whole life out there, including his gay cruises and different things that he went on, because that protects him from people who are trying to fucking blackmail him.
Right? He takes the blackmail right out of the picture. Yeah, I was on the gay cruise.
Yeah.
We had a great fucking
the pictures,
time.
all the different things. And if other people's come up with pictures of me on this cruise, guess what? I already released them.
What do you want the poll to say? What's the question?
Is Dr. Gary Nolan completely personal / UFO out of the closet? He is.
Completely UFO out of the closet?
Completely personal / UFO.
Oh, personal and UFO out of the closet. Gotcha.
/ UFO, yes. I'm sorry, a programmer, we get rid of things and replace them with symbols.
Yes, I know you programmers.
It's like you don't start counting at 1. You start counting at 0. So whenever you add something to an array, give me the record at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.
Can I ask why? Is there somebody questioning whether or not that's the case?
Oh,
okay, I'm starting the poll now. Starting the poll.
All right, here we go. We love Gary.
Yeah.
Is Gary Nolan completely personal and UFO out of the closet? I think he's...
I want to party. I want to party with this guy.
There we go.
Seriously, I do. I want to fucking party with Gary Nolan.
Yeah.
I want to go on the Disclosure fucking cruise.
You know what? The first person I saw in UFOs, Daryl, that had their dog on the camera was Gary Nolan. When he had his old dog, who was probably 12 or 14 years old, and the dog wanted to go inside and outside, back and forth, and like walk in circles. I've dealt with dogs who have been through that and everything. He would be there on stream. You see the dog behind him when the door was open, and he explained what was going on. And he's always included that in his streams. He's just personally, he opens up the stuff, what's going on, and it's all right. So where we at? Is Gary Nolan completely been personally out of the closet? Yeah. Personally UFO. He's stated exactly where he is. He blocks people on X all the time. He's not afraid to go ahead and say how he feels about stuff. And he was actually, I think, talked about some of the stuff with the UAP Advisory Council that they wanted to adopt the Chatham House rules. It's not something Avi said, but Gary said, but I'm against. You know what? Even if they give, what Chatham House rules are, Daryl?
Yeah.
For the general public out there that doesn't know that means you're not allowed to go ahead and take the things the people say in this conference and attribute it to an individual.
By the way, it's 11:11. If we ever let's do a cheers at 11:11. Seems like we always have interesting conversations at 11:11. I don't know why that
there you
is.
go, my friend. It's only 8:11 here. We got 3 hours to go. Or 3 more time zones. There we go.
Yeah, I like Gary Nolan.
Is everybody having a good Friday night? I think so.
I would have a better Friday night if we're partying with Gary Nolan. If I could get this guy out at the bar, hey, look, Gary, can I buy you a drink with an umbrella in it? Let's talk. Oh, here's some MDMA.
No,
anyway,
it's not.
Let's
you're not
talk
going to
some
buy
more.
him a drink with an umbrella. You'll buy him a fucking Long Island or something.
Well, I'll put the umbrella in there anyway. But anyway, I want to talk to him about what I want to hear the real. I want to hear the real, You're a little inebriated. Come on, let it out.
But no, he actually dealt with this stuff like I did with a kid, as a kid.
Yes. That's what I was going to say.
He saw the stuff looking at in through the window. Then at the foot of his bed.
In his bedroom.
Foot of his bed, where I was woken up and they got me to go ahead and run down and get out of the house and go up and see the shit in the light and then go through the shit there and come back and go back to the house. And for me, it went through 1973 through probably about 1978. It finished off after third grade. Yeah, it did, flat out. It finished off after third grade because after fourth grade hit, all the shit that was literally hitting the fan and the GI problems that I was dealing with as a young kid were all gone. And it all stopped when that went on. And it was shortly thereafter I was in civil mind control. I learned how to do some high consciousness stuff that may have stopped the shit from happening. All right. Back to Diana. Go ahead, Daryl.
That's worthy of a show. We keep talking about that. That's worthy of like a one-on-one interview.
We get little things here and there. I guess we need to have the conversation before we have the
one-on-one
show.
interview.
Yeah. The conversation before the interview.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear some more Diana. Great person, I know. Laura, if you're out there, if you're watching, you love Diana. We all do.
And by the way, Diana Pasalka does not talk this fast, just in case anybody's wondering.
I could slow her down, you mean?
No. It's I know you're doing it because of that.
No,
but
I didn't.
It's like
it was playing regular speed. Let me slow it down.
Obviously, the cosmos.
Like I said, this is the speed she talks at.
They have various beliefs about life because of what they study, and obviously the cosmos, like what's out there. Well, obviously now. Something that may not be extraterrestrial, but is definitely not human.
The guiding consciousness. She talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything?
Well, she talked about when she and Gary Nolan went out to that place and they were like picking up debris.
Yeah.
The guy was just like, go ahead and pick up whatever you want. There's plenty of debris to pick up. Where's that?
Actually, there's an interview with Tim Ventura. We could play and get to it. We could actually go back and play this whole interview. We're friends with Tim. Here we go.
UFOs have been growing in belief. Christianity has been eroding. Has this erosion in mainstream religious belief led to a belief gap that UFOs are beginning to fill?
Definitely. I think that the inclination, humans are inclined towards religiosity. I mean, we just are. We're inclined to believe in something greater than ourselves because I think we live in an amazing, mysterious universe. So we need this kind of, structure or infrastructure. And I think that the mystical impulse that we have is fulfilled by the belief in UFOs. Absolutely. I definitely think this is the case. That's why you can even see within UFO cultures, different denominations, right? You see, some people believe in like Pleiadians or something like that. Some people just believe that maybe UFOs are advanced species, a form of AI or something like that. Or post-biological. So you have various different beliefs, some of which see them, even people who are religious have beliefs about UFOs as well. They're, demons or angels, they have their categories for
Vance, yeah.
Or belief. But no matter how you believe in them, and there are so many different ways, it's definitely a rising belief.
Mike, are you there? Are you back? You always say you're
I've always
listening.
been here, Thomas. I've always been here.
Now I'm busy right now. I can see his icon. I can see his chin.
I've been here all the time, Thomas.
All right, so Diana Pasulka is someone we know that, the Wes Decker. He was around for the show for a while. Wes Decker is actually the guy who coined the term AVI Loeb. He was part of the show. Around? He brought it up. He's something, you can't make fun of people. That's absolutely bad. But my God, he is our friend who coined. Yes, that's what we have AVI Loeb here on Disclosure tonight, my friends. Yes. When it doesn't fit and you need to make it work, AVI Loeb is there for everybody.
Is he still around, Wes Decker?
Here and there. If I called him, he might answer. I could probably text message him. Yep. Good night, Kelly Barot with those piercing blue eyes. Yes. Great to have you here. Is there anything we haven't covered? We got more Diana's. Oh God, where's she at here? I think we're good.
It's interesting the chat is staying at a rather consistent level. Like, hey, it's Friday night. It's UFO disclosure time. But
so there's protests going on in New York, I guess. Immigration and civil rights activists in New York are taking shape. All right. So is there anything on UFOs? No.
Gladiator movies?
Oh God, everyone's no.
Carville?
CD. Oh, all right. Here we go. We got information about that the explosive situation that's been going, and where's that? Where did that go? Going ahead and hitting the United States. Yes, as we called it out, Daryl, it's Taco Bell.
Yeah, I heard that.
Can we eat raw produce?
Can we eat raw food and produce? Don't eat salad mixes. Anything with cut up stuff, forget it. If you want, and it's from Taylor Farms out of California. However, is only with their chopped lettuce, and they're going to cut off all lettuce. It's not the lettuce from freaking Mexico. The problem is the process to chop this stuff up. That's where the parasites were living. And yes, run for the border, folks.
Is the danger over? When can we eat raw produce in peace?
You know, Hannah, I don't know the answer. I'm highly suspicious that there'll be
You're
other
fired.
linkages.
He was fired a while ago.
We'll know that because they've now identified the Taylor Farms, and if they remove that from the marketplace, then the pandemic could, or the epidemic could stop. But if that doesn't happen, that means there's other sources. And I'm highly concerned because of the extensive number of states, as you mentioned, that are involved. Even my own state of Maryland had, I think, 69 cases. But
fucking, they've got like 300 or 3,000 cases in Michigan and Ohio or different states like that, Daryl. It's not like it's small amounts. This has hit America freaking, almost to a level of we're going to start having shortages of toilet paper at Costco again.
It's almost like a planned terrorist attack. Burn the fires.
You read my fucking mind.
Burn the fires, choke them out, and make them shit all day long.
Yeah.
Canada is the terrorist.
Canada?
Anyway. Canada.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
As of the beginning of this month, they had only 4 cases. So somehow they've had 65 cases in the last couple of weeks. So I think there's other states like this too. So I'm glad they found the source at the lettuce from central Mexico and Taylor Farms. And that's great. We can pull that off the market. But I got a sense we're going to keep the surveillance going. And if we see no new cases, then we found the only source. If we continue to see new cases, then as you said in your lead-in, there could easily be other sources that we need to identify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's wait till people get sick, then we can report a case.
And the problem is, Daryl, even bleach, even if Corporal Abe in the back talked about his mom used to put bleach in it, but like in the vegetables and soak. My grandmother used to do that too. Would get the vegetables from the store, different things, put them in the sink, put a little of a cap full of bleach into the water to get there. But even if you were to take and bleach your vegetables, right, it still doesn't kill this shit.
Yeah.
The only thing that literally kills it is a form of cumin. Like the stuff you get in Mexican food.
Yeah.
Cuminium, I believe, or something to that extent.
Cumin. Yeah. Cumin. Yeah, it just goes to show you how vulnerable people are. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You put stuff in the air and,
wait a minute.
And you can breathe it in here in Indiana from California, Colorado. Oh my God, I'm doing you right now. Canada.
Canada? Yeah.
Anyway, you can put stuff in the air, you can put stuff in the lettuce, and it won't be reported until you killed a bunch of people, 300,000 people, if you wanted.
Right. God, UFO Joe had a good video he put up here recently about the whole situation with Dr. Phil and everything.
Who did? Annapolina Luna?
Joe Maguria.
Oh.
Mike, you there? You back? I know you got this message. You told me about it.
I've always been here, Thomas.
No, it's not there. I guess I'll find it, but I could have sworn it was. That is him like July 14th, a bunch of days ago. And I thought he did as an initial post where it was, here we go. Quick driving rant about vans, crash retrievals. I mean, Joe Murgia has been in this for like fucking as long as ufology has been around. He's a cameraman who deals with like recording like high-end music acts, Mike. I mean, Daryl at in Vegas, kid. Yeah. Well, anyone big, literally, and he handles the cameras for recording the shows. So, and he's been dealing with ufology for the longest time. He's someone we go ahead and support on YouTube on a regular basis. This is just really quick rant about talking about JD Vance and the bullshit we covered on earlier in the week.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, I just had to do this quick as I'm on my way to work. So JD Vance, Vice President JD Vance is on Joe Rogan today saying, crash retrievals, I have a hard time believing if that's real, why it hasn't leaked before. Really? So when Eric Davis says that he spoke to Mary Elizabeth Elliott, who managed a crash retrieval program at TRW when they were still in existence, or Jim Ryder saying that he worked in the crash retrieval program right out of college for Lockheed, and then Eric Davis shares that information, does that not count as information leaking? Have you spoken to Mary Elizabeth Elliott, JD Vance, Mr. Vice President? If not, why not? Have you spoken to the people that Eric Davis said worked with Jim Ryder? I believe there were 2 people he met. Have you looked them up to see if they're available to be interviewed by you or by your acting National Security Council leader, Marco Rubio? I may have gotten his title wrong. National Security Advisor. So yeah, that just doesn't hold weight. It would be nice if Joe Rogan knew to say that, but I can't expect Rogan to be up on everything. So I'm not going to blame him too much. And then Vance saying, abductions are either bunk, nonsense, or...
Hey, Daryl, we need to get a microphone for our cars. So when we're driving our car, we can get this good of audio.
Well, doesn't that DJI mic thing that I have do that?
Probably does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you just have to get the app on the iPhone to go ahead and hook up with the DJI mic and record it on your iPhone.
Or the Google Pixel XL, yeah, which I have.
Your iPhone, either one, you could have multiple devices, yeah. But you just need to have the video coming from the camera and the audio coming from your good microphone.
Yeah. I think Google Meet does that pretty well. You can select the microphone fairly easily.
Exactly.
Demons, come on. Why can't it be some sort of being that we don't understand? How hard is that to admit? And then you have the good, Dr. Phil and Bryce Hable and Christopher Mellon.
which he talks very positively about at this point, which is really good. A lot of people have been dumping on Phil. No reason for it, because he's actually doing a good job at what he's trying to accomplish. And yeah, he gets into the weeds a little bit here and there because he's just jumped into it. But fuck, man, he's 75 years old, isn't he, Daryl?
Who's that?
Phil.
Yes, he is 75.
Yeah.
And a
Dr.
half a
Phil.
billionaire.
Yeah.
Phil and Bryce Sable and Christopher Mellon on today on Dr. Phil's show. And it was funny because Dr. Phil's trying to keep people calm, trying to educate people. And then you got Bryce Sable saying, but you know, they could be prepping the battlefield. Their timeline, people say, as Dr. Phil said, yeah, they've been here for a long time, maybe 1,000 years, and they haven't attacked us, so that's a good thing, right? And Bryce is like, yeah, but maybe their timelines are thousands of years. We can't say really anything about that. Maybe there's different species here. How are people going to handle that information? Because they talked about that too. Because Christopher Mellon's like, well, we did a study with 6 psychologists, and the study had a positive look at how people are going to handle this, although comparing it with past things like the Copernican revolution, and then also with, what else did he say? Oh, evolution, people took time to get used to those new ideas. Of course, this is not exactly the same. Exactly, it's not the same. You can't compare it. The best thing that Dr. Phil said was, it's one thing to say, this is real, I believe it. It's completely something else to actually have it in front of you. Like if there's a being standing in front of you, it's like in your face. Completely different. How you're going to react to reality versus a hypothetical, So between those two, I highly suggest that show. I want to hear what else JD Vance had to say, but it's just annoying, If you guys haven't spoken to Mary Elizabeth Elliott or the other people who worked with Jim Ryder, you're being derelict in your duty. You should be doing everything in your power to talk to those people. And I would think Eric Davis coming out and talking about this starting back in 2019 and adding details as the years have gone on, that counts as leaking. So, and if you haven't visited locations, Vice President Vance, then why are you even commenting on this? Have you gone with President Trump to the locations where this stuff is allegedly being kept, that Jay Stratton said members of the executive branch and Congress were denied access? Was that you? Do you know about that? If you don't, why not? So, all right, before I get too annoyed, I'm going to end that here.
All right, interesting conversation. To say the least, I want to go ahead and say in the chat, I am going to post this a bunch of times. If you want to continue the conversation, folks, yes, you can go ahead and do it after the show on Disclosure tonight. Yes, the links, I am flooding the chat right now. If you want to go ahead and continue, jump in the back. We're going to have a great conversation after the show. On that note, I want to go ahead and thank our friends who have been here. Daryl, thanks for the conversation tonight. I appreciate it. I think Mike may be busy, or did he drop off?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's find out. No, he dropped. Shit hit
All
the
right.
fan.
Well,
we love you, my friend.
Yeah, put that kid to bed. Anyway, always a good time, and join the back chat. It's Friday night. What do you have to lose? You don't have to get up early in the morning, people. So come on, bring your alcohol.
The chat again. It's in the
bring
chat.
your alcohol and your stupid ideas.
And you can use that link after the show is over, too, by the way.
After the show is over, we're all going to be there. We're going to be here, talking for 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever goes on, however it goes. Yes, we got the friends to be there. And you know what? It's not, we don't charge extra for this, do we, Daryl? It all comes as part of the free subscription to Disclosure tonight. And yes, we could say only for subscribers, you can go ahead and join the back chat, because I say fuck that shit. Everybody deserves the same level of quality, no matter if you give us a super chat or not, or if you just go ahead and just are your regular viewer.
Right. Join the back chat. That's the real deal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We've gotten 25 people in here. Let's see if we can get 50
I can
tonight.
handle up to like 1,000. So
Let's see if we can fill this place up tonight.
Oh, we can. Just remember, yes, we got the new upgraded icons today. I figured out how to go ahead and at the CSS, and we've got the new television set. I went from the 1-inch or 2-inch kind of like black frame around it, just kind of brought it in. You know, we're more modern. We don't have televisions like that, but I still have my little copyright here, Daryl, to pull those trolls away and say fuck off. A lot of people coming in. That's good.
Oh yeah, good. Just remember in the back chat there are no wrong answers to questions, but that's a lie.
But always raise your hand, be a part of the conversation. We're a great family. You know, we're the Disclosure Tonight. On that note, I want to thank everybody for coming out to this episode of Disclosure Tonight. More importantly, if I can find my fucking sound effects program. I think we got some super chats tonight. Who gave us some super chats? Let me go ahead and bring it up. Make sure that audio's down. There we go. We got one from Steve Mateo. If you turn off auto super chats on that one. Steve Mateo, thank you very much for $10. Starting off for super chats tonight, saying yes, drink, and drink. Daryl, cheers, my friend. There we go. Miller was smaller, but there we go. Daryl is here. Can you delete 6 of 6 ads? Well, I get delete 5 of 6, but that's not so bad. We got Spirit Mayanok. First super chat from you. Thank you very much. Spanish guy, Jamie Musan's YouTube Musan Television. Yes, he's covering it. You know what? It's a good thing. And thank you for Lou Elizondo. Go ahead and clarify it for us. And yes, he's going to, you know, the message he gave, where it's going towards, it's a good thing. And then he said, did you see Dr. Diana Welsh from Selma Bialik? Yes, we got that. And there was actually Donna Pasulka. I hope that was the one you went for. But you know what? Great conversation. Hopefully we don't get in trouble. But Daryl, thank you very much. I want to thank everybody in the back. Scooby, thank you for coming out tonight. He's not used to that one.
Well, thank you very much, Dama.
No problem, Dama.
Yeah, and I also want to go ahead and say thank you to Ryan. But you need to fix your icon.
Thank you. It was a fun show, and there'll be another one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, but actually it's our 2 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. GMT. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and say love you much, and we will catch you later. And, oh, God, what do we usually say? Oh, yeah. No, not that one. Where's that at? No, play that one.
Go back to Party City where you belong.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Love you. Bye-bye.
Join the back chat.